Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this live stream giveaway of the Light Brigade, we are going to be looking at some of the new things that have been added, giving away some game keys, and I'm going to be showing you a nice little exploit that won't be around for much longer to allow yourself to level up to many magnitudes if you so desire. What I'm going to show you is best on the hardest difficulty because that's where you generate the most souls within the game and you get the most multiplier. There's some kind of hidden multiplier for when you post your souls in on the higher difficulty. Also, we're going to be looking at what is kind of my favourite class, which is the militiaman. So for those of you who are new and have never seen this game before, what is it? It is a true roguelite shooter in regard to the fact that it has procedural generation, as in no level, if you put the proper procedural generation mode on, will ever be the same. And it's all procedurally generated as opposed to other games where it's blocked and then can be the order of those blocks can be randomized, and it's always random enemies in different spots in different places. And it's a great little shooter. The game loop is fantastic. Anyway, on to quality of life. There's two major ones. We have the ability now, again, didn't think I needed it until I've got it, but we can change the reticule colours, and we can change, this one I didn't think I wanted until I've got it, the iron sight colours. That's very cool. It just makes all the guns just a little bit easier to aim and a little bit easier to distinguish when things are up close. We also have, normally, when we would be selecting a class and getting everything prepped and ready to go, so I'm going to be going with militiaman. The reason being is to show you this exploit that I'm looking at to push it to its fullest ability. I want the best cards and loot, and the militiaman is the only one that has any sort of loot rarity bonus. That is why the militiaman is very close to my heart. His gun is garbage, but that's also another reason, you'll see in a minute, as to why he is very close to my heart. So number 2, and again, I like the picking up of the guns and putting the ammunition in the belt, but there's times, there's times when I'm on stream and I probably haven't got time for all of that, so I'll have a quick pray, bam, fully equipped, fully loaded, pistol in, only thing I have to remember to do is that, and then potentially do that if I was a real min-maxer and wanted to make sure, not a proper min-maxer, not one of those fake ones, just like that. We've also got to remember to take our money with us. Now, another thing with this technique, for those of you who have played upgrade, or those of you who have not played, as you level up, you get stars which allow you to upgrade your character. Lives is one of the ones that I've always thought is the least important because you shouldn't really be dying. However, for what we're doing, we're going to be exploiting what lives we have to increase what we can get. And we are going to get a little bit from Jude. Hey Jude, you're going to be dying later. Dun, dun, dun. This is the shop guy. He is our equivalent of a trader. We will grab that one. Jam it on the weapon. Gives us a bit of bonus damage. Gives me a sight aperture that I'm probably not going to use. I'm there for the damage. We don't want to increase it too much. We just want to be able to give ourselves a fighting chance. So, and the game loop is praying unlocks doors, various bits and pieces, very cool mechanic. Praying also reveals for a short time all enemies within a level, and also allows you to collect souls from various different things. Now, I'm going to be showing this game off from probably a big exploiter's point of view, because, that's kind of what I do. Hi, Al. Good timing, sir. As far as the key giveaways are concerned, if everybody wants to have a quick practice right now, go ahead. If you haven't read the description, when I announce post the prayer emoji in the chat, you do that. That will enter you into the competition, and the ravishing Siobhan will draw out a winner when I call a close. But make sure you put the prayer emoji in the chat, okay? If you want to practice, do it now. We'll be running the... Yeah, and it comes up as person with folded hands. It might not come up if you type pray in. Again, all the thing is in the description. So it's just me. Hey, look, Vaughn, I don't pay you, so, and compliments cost nothing, right? So, why do I like the militiaman? One thing that is quite relevant in this game is headshots give you bonus gold. Bonus souls. And they give you the same amount of bonus souls regardless of the damage dealt. So, to maximize... Oh, I thought he died then. To maximize our milking opportunities, we want to be doing as little damage as possible and getting as many headshots as possible. See all those little extra souls that come flinging my way when I get a headshot? That's because there is a headshot bonus associated. Now, why is that important? I can tell you what this exploit is. I'm just going to be taking it to the nth degree. I'm even going to try and get it to the point where I am getting so many souls that I'm going to attempt to crash the game. I mean, it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, that was rubbish. We're going to have to move. Enemies have also had their... Sorry, I'll get back to that one in a second. Enemies have also had their aggression... That's not good. Enemies have had their aggression side of things changed, so they are less likely to... Well, you know my way with words and my je ne sais quoi with my speech. They're less likely to push your shit in. Which obviously has its uses. They're less likely to charge and try and ram guns and bows down your throat. Again, as I've said previously, try and leave picking these sort of things up until the last thing that you do. Always be on the lookout for loot. The one problem, I can't say too much for the PCVR version, one of the small problems that the Quest version has, and it's not really a problem, it just means you have to investigate a little bit more, is sometimes the draw distance on loot, especially in these foggy levels, can be a little bit short and the items don't render in. Again, it's something the team's aware of and something I dare say they're working on, or maybe they're not, maybe they want to keep it that way. But it just basically means you have to be a little bit more on it as far as the exploration side of things is concerned. You coming up? Yes, you are. Now, when you're taking damage, it becomes a little bit... That was not good. When you're taking damage, it becomes a little bit less about... I mean, if you can get the headshots, happy days. But ultimately, you don't want to be dying. It very much is Dark Souls with guns, but it's always different. Now, I haven't got... One of the things that I will motion you any players towards is, as I said previously, this is truly procedurally generated, but not by default. Like, for instance, if I was to play this level over and over again... Hello... Oh, also... Oh, yeah, don't worry, we haven't started yet. Hello, Result. Hello, Brandon. I think that's everyone. So, yeah. So So yeah, we want to be getting headshots where we can, but you also want to be preserving your life as best as you can. Now, because of what I said about the headshot side of things, this is part of the reason why we want to try and stay low powered, because the lower the power that we are, the more headshots we can get on them, and the more headshots we can get on them, the more souls we can get. I think it is only 10 souls per headshot extra, but the exploit is, as some of you may or may not know, every time you die... Oh, I like this one. Every time you die and then do the prayer to... Every time you die and prayer to recover yourself, as a la Dark Souls, which if people haven't seen this game, is how it works. Every time you do that, it doubles the number of souls you drop. So someone like me, of course, is going to take that to the nth degree. And as Von said, just to help me and her out a little bit, if you wouldn't mind joining the Discord, just makes it easier to get the keys to those winners. Now, let's shoot some things. They have also changed it so that you, as if there is a non-broken stairwell, the enemies have pretty good pathing. I've had wolves chase me up here now. That's interesting. No, it hasn't been patched yet, or if it has, we're going to have a very short exploit stream. The thing is, whether it's been patched or not... Oh, I can hear him coming up now. Yeah, enemies and wolves will path up this now, I've found. They wouldn't previously. Look at this guy. Up the steps, getting in position. What a lad. So, I thought they patched it out. Even when they do, it is still worth playing this way because there are a lot of bonus cards that look after you for keeping souls on hand. There are some that do damage. There are others that mean that when you trade your souls in, you get a bonus amount of souls back. Ergo, we want to make the amount of souls that we have on hand as large as possible. Now, this is why, although per headshot and 10 souls doesn't seem like much, if you're getting 2 or 3 headshots per, or even 1 headshot every couple of enemies, and then that's going to double, and then double again, and again, and again, and again, if you have the full 5 lives. By the time we start doing that, that's a lot of souls. And as always, their souls are mine. And there's some other, well, if anybody likes story and lore, as you know, I'm always a massive fan of those, but if it gets in the way of good exploiting and clean mechanical destruction, then story can go take a hike for just a minute. I'm on no one's side. I'm on my side, which means everything dies. The only way the devs will stop me doing that is if they make sure that allies don't give me souls, because at the moment they do. Now, on the highest, so we're actually playing this on the highest difficulty at the moment, which I believe is, it didn't have a name previously because it was hidden, but I think it's someone online, someone tell me what I can't remember what it's called now. It's like Elite Vanguard, Cardinal Elite Vanguard, something or other. The thing is, no, and do you know why? I don't think that IDU is a true roguelike. I'd go as far as to say that I think this game is in a different category. They're similar in some regards in that they both have that Dark Souls level of difficulty, but whereas this can be, it is Vanguard, isn't it? I just know it as +4 difficulty. Cheers, V. The thing with... So now that the area is clear, we're going to go around and we're going to collect all of our bits and pieces. I don't think... That's the one. Thank you, John. And hello, John. I don't think it's a fair representation or a fair comparison. Although they are similar in that they are both considered roguelike games, this is a lot more a roguelike game than IDU is. You don't have, for instance, you don't have fixed metas within, or achievable fixed metas within a roguelike. Now, that's a lot of technical terms. What the hell do I mean? In IDU, there is a specific way to play, and in IDU, there are specific things that you need to use as one of the people who gets up reasonably high in the scores, you have to use. Whereas within this, I'll tell you in a minute, Al, don't worry. Whereas within this, you work with what you've got. You work with what you start with, and you work with how your character has evolved given choices. That is a classic staple of a true roguelike. IDU doesn't have that. I was hoping... But it's a good... Result, it's a good question, because a lot of people think that. And I suppose I'm just way too long in the tooth. on roguelike games, I've played far too many. So I'd say, no, it's not, basically. Yeah, short answer, no, it's not. I'm not going to stake any reputations on it yet, but I'd go as far as to say I think this is... I'm not going to say better, it's just in a different class. It's in a class of its own. It's a very good game. Very good game. I mean, put me a bow in and we'll talk, Funkatronic, but until then... right, bear with. As far as an In Death Unchained 2, I would like to have thought if there was going to be an In Death Unchained 2 that we would have had it by now. It should have been a launch title with PSVR 2. It would have been amazing if they'd have done that. And they've missed their opportunity, I think. Hopefully it's coming, but I think we would have heard something by now if we had now. Going back to... Oh, sorry, Al. The reason why I'm leaving everything to the end, you'll see, but it's because I want to get to the end with as many souls as possible, so that, as I said, each time I die, this total will double. I should be able to get this to about 300,000. Now, going back to what we were saying about headshots... I'd like to think that I am reasonably... Now that enemies aren't quite as aggressive, I don't need quite as much damage. So what I was saying about wanting to get more headshots, normally I would go for this straight off the bat, and if the other choices were garbage, then it would be a +2 bonus magic. In this occasion, I'm going to go for paralysis. Paralysis and... I can't remember what the name of it is. It's been a couple of days since I played, and I'm not getting it recently. The Void, the one that gives them basically slow time. We'll come across it later. But I'm going to go for paralysis because anything that slows or paralyzes the enemy just makes my headshot and job a lot easier. Don't want to do extra damage. Don't want to do extra damage. If enemies are corrupt, they take increased damage. Don't want it. We're going to go paralysis. This is the choice. For those of you who haven't played, this is the choice element that you get within the game. This is, so you get to choose your character to begin with. There is, you know, systematic progression as you play through the game, picking up level ups which then allow you to boost this and strengthen your characters in ways that you want to, but you can max them out eventually. There are things that you can do to boost all your characters slightly. That's another lady, we'll speak to her potentially later. And on top of that as well, every time you do a run, there are enough cards that the runs will feel very varied. Sometimes you'll end up going pushing into a paralysis build. Other times it'll be a poison build. Other times it'll be a corruption build, and all sorts of bits and pieces. Yeah, I've seen a bit of Gambit, and I was quite keen to have a look at Gambit because I was like, oh, Payday 2 in VR, that would be amazing. I have played Until You Fall, and Until You Fall, again, I really like. It's a proper, again, that's more of a rogue-like light, or what have you, than IDU is. IDU's been branded as it, but if you look at roguelike games, there's a lot more to roguelike than just random levels. Hey, I'm not saying IDU's not good. IDU is a staple. If anybody has got VR, you need to have IDU. It's a simple thing. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. All new games do have bugs. Yeah, it is, but I want proper. I'm not a PC. I'm not a PC VR guy. And again, as I've talked about on the channel, I like to keep everything au naturel. I like to keep everything native, because then if you want to play the things that I am playing, the barrier for entry is a lot lower. If I'm playing, you know, I don't know, Half-Life Alyx VR, and you want to play it as well, well then that's $1,000 on the headset, because you need to get like the Valve Index or this or that or the other. Then you got to drop thousands on a PC as well. I'm not saying it's not better, and not better graphics, and you know, sometimes better games and a different library. It's just very, very expensive. And also, I'm a lazy boy, as those of you who watch me know, and I like to be able to don the thing, press the button, play the game. I don't want blue screens. I don't want being told that I haven't got enough RAM for this to work, and I haven't got enough graphics card for that to work, and oh no, you're running out of internet, please sort that out. No, I don't want any of these things. I just want to put the headset on and play. Yes, the two-handed was really good. I don't know if I've got into it yet. I think they, yeah, but that's the thing. I don't have the machine. Exactly. I have gone for the Primal Hunt co-op. I think, I'll be honest, I think they've left that a little bit late, because the kind of hype on that game has died down a little bit. So I was kind of hoping for the co-op. I think it's been delayed a little bit as well, so. Right. They have... I don't even know if I have or not. I haven't heard anything back. I just heard it was delayed, so. Now, I think the devs have been awful clever here, and they've made it so that you can't peek through the veil and see the enemies at all. I don't think they're even generating until you step through, which... Yeah, they're not now. Makes it a little bit more hairy. Probably as intended, so let's get some cover. Now, magic. Now, remember what I said about headshots. Getting all the headshots is all well and good, but magic is very much a friend. Because you have to be able to control what's coming at you before you can start exploiting the rest of the level. And that's what I'm trying to use magic for. Is that it is a caster. Okay, let's use a little bit of magic. On the PSVR 2 version, as far as PSVR 2 is concerned, I bet it does. I bet it does. I had a PlayStation 5. It gathered, I waited, what, 18 months? I waited for about 6 months. Thank you. A nudge to the pre-nudge. I like it, Von. This is tactics. It's almost like an exploit. Now, I can't even see that guy's head at the moment, so, and because he's a magic user, I just want to put him down, because magic users have the ability to heal and resurrect allies. That can become a nightmare. It can also be exploited. More on that later. But there's another one. I thought there was. So we're gonna basically hide in our little corner and make use of magic, because it's infinite, and that's just doing damage. It's also stacking effects, which then do more damage. Again, I know we want the headshots, but we want the headshots whilst they're easy, and I can barely see these guys' heads. So, as far as PSVR 2 is concerned, I had a PlayStation 5. It sat there and gathered dust for a very long time. And to be fair, at the time I was well into IDU, and I was getting out of my console gaming and into my Quest 2 gaming a lot more. And I just looked at it and I was like, so I went to Anyone who's in England, do you know what the equivalent of like CEX is in the States? But it's just like a big second-hand national store where you can trade things in basically and get cash or vouchers. I'm sure someone will say about it. But they were offering me for a PlayStation 5 the same amount of money I paid for it like 10 months ago. So it was a 10-month-old console, or maybe 8-month-old console, and they were offering me the same amount of money to take it off my hands. So it was a bit of a, yeah, I suppose GameStop, but like CEX do more than just games. Oh, you were after it, weren't you? So here's another little thing as well, is lucky for us, all of these guys are right-handed. If we can keep our cover here and them in front of us, there's not... Oh, cock it. There's not an awful lot they can do as far as hitting is concerned. And then we can also put the little... Damn, had to say it, didn't I? Had to say it. But again, I got plenty of health this time round, so we'll be good. Little peekies. And try and get those headshots. I think he's our last boy. But yeah, try and engage. If you're right-handed, try and engage with the cover to your left. A lot of the time, if you're fighting an enemy straight on, their shots will hit the cover before you. Yeah, the hollow's a lot easier to aim. The red dot has the problem of having to line 2 reticules up. Oh, there you are. I've literally got that on for damage, if I'm honest. A lot of the time you can eyeball your shots. It's actually quicker that way. So see, this is a classic example of it. He's tucked in. I've got my cover to the left. He's got his cover to his right. His weapon is in his cover. He cannot hit me. I can maneuver and hit heads without the possibility of taking much damage. They will move. Believe me, they will move. But let's have some prayer hands in the chat and let's give away a key. So if you've read, hopefully you've all read the description or know what the hell I'm talking about. If you would like to win a copy of Light Brigade for the Quest 2, then find the prayer hands emoji and pop it in the chat now, and that will enter you to the round. Whilst you guys are praying away, I'll get everything collected. Now, why do I say to collect all of this at the end? Reason being is because there is the possibility, should have done this, that we might get a card that increases the amount of experience or the amount of souls. I call it experience because that's basically what it is, but might increase the amount of souls that we get from collection. And so you wait until the end. Well, in that case then, Rizal, you don't need it. Thank you, Rizal. Most appreciated, mate. We always want to take a card. These cards are garbage. I hate ones that are on kill. I hate ones that are on kill. The best one to go here is this one probably, because it gives us a little bit, and we might need the extra damage later on, but I doubt it. So let's collect up these souls. So yeah, if anyone's just joining us, we're running a competition now. Get those prayer hands in. So here's the thing. This is a lot more like Dark Souls than other games of the genre, because that represents a player who has died here. Very much like the whole leaving messages system and seeing the bloodstains on the floor, letting you know where players have died. And just like Dark Souls, you can make use of that. Oh, I thought that was going then. Oh, it's only a mag. And just like Dark Souls, it can alert you to when you're coming up to particularly nasty areas. At least if you are all... So you remember I said there is... It's like completely randomly generated for different people. If you have the setting on that I have, it's randomly generated, I think, each day. Same as the daily run for all players so that you can all see each other. And it's, I believe it's asynchronous. So... No, sorry, Al, I was going to get back to that. No, I haven't been catapulted. I've catapulted enemies through the level, but never been catapulted myself. So that would be an interesting one, because I'd like to see if I could exploit that. How did you do it? Tell me, Al. I don't know how to catapult myself. I must know the things and the stuff. Although now that you've said that you can do it, maybe I'll try. I mean, to be fair, I'm going to try and crash the game a little bit. Not try and crash the game. I can do everything I can to make sure it doesn't. Because I'd like to get a heinous amount of souls. I have a score to beat tonight. So again, I'm going around checking all the little corners, checking all the little crevices. Another reason why I do this as well, and no, I mean, I'm at full health, but I haven't picked up or used any of my resources, and I wouldn't do until I've picked up every single soul and every single thing in the level. The reason being is, I guarantee you, if you are low on health and you use one of these, you will definitely get a particular item that I don't think we've seen yet, but it's the heart that heals you and increases your maximum health. It's almost like, haha, fuck you, player, you've just wasted one of your resources when you didn't have to. The game knows. I swear it knows. These are what you deposit your souls into. We are not doing that until the end. No, that's true. That's because I'm not... I'll show you what I mean, weebs. Everybody, by standard, will be playing it on... where is it? Pure random seeds. Nobody will have that checked as standard. I haven't done it yet, but that will be... Every single run that you do will be completely different to anybody else's. And I think the reason why they put that on for the hardcore players, this will be something I'll be pushing into at a later date. But I like seeing people, I like seeing names. Maybe I'll come across myself one day. Doubtful. Okay. When you say through you, do you mean did like a really long distance teleport dash? Because that can happen. And what I'm finding is, you know how sometimes you can't quite make the place that you want to teleport? I don't think it's by design, but it's something I'm going to ask the devs to push into if they haven't already, is when you're trying to make that teleport that's longer than you can get, I often find turning my hand sideways allows me to get to that teleport. It's one of the ways that I navigate the second boss. Now, I used to... Oh, nice one. Yep. Yeah, stop it there, Von. Cheers. Got carried away. I used to hate mountains, especially with this weapon, but now that I've got different magic, yeah, you can sometimes do it if you were to teleport over there and it catches one of the teleport points. It is an intended game mechanic, but it's not supposed to be done that far. Well done, Brandon. So we'll be looking at doing another giveaway in approximately half an hour. Rats. Mages. So there are times when I would recommend picking up the souls sooner rather than later, and they would be if you are getting low on ammunition. Now, what did I say about him? All of my descriptions everywhere. On with the tips, monkey. Well, here's one for you. I hear a lot of people are running out of ammunition when they're playing the game. Easy to do. One of the things that I think it potentially is when you eject magazines. If you eject them out this way, they can go into here. On Rifleman, I think it is... I haven't even really touched the rifleman. I got past him very quickly and unlocked everything else. But this is Sunburst. I think it's the Animus Storm on that one. So let's see if we can get this guy. Now, I'm not too bothered about headshots on this guy, and I do want to take him out quickly. One thing that is good about these slightly higher level mages is they usually, I think they always have better loot, and they've got more of a chance, and we want him there, right at the edge of the platform, so that he doesn't fall off. We've got him paralysed. All those juicy headshots. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh-oh. It's worth losing the life to get the finish on that guy, because they can heal themselves as well. Now, he's a bit out of our range, so we're going to take care of him with a little bit of magic, because the old militia gun isn't the greatest on range. It has probably one of the worst drop-offs. You know what? We're just going to get that guy done. I'm not going to mess about. It is a heinous waste of ammunition to shoot those magic balls, but as you can see, I haven't really got many options other than to run away like the brave boy that I am. And because we've got things at different angles on us, you just got to work those angles. Hello, Laurent. Oh, I think you already said you were in. Yeah. After Militiaman, my favourite class is Militiaman. I like the Pistolier, actually. I also don't agree with, but really this is why I picked the Militiaman. More keys. More keys! Oh, just put him down. Have we lost any life? A little bit. Scouts are a good one, but they're quite the old Scout's quite underpowered. As I said, I like the Pistolier, and I don't even use him correctly. I just use one pistol. I usually use the other one just for attaching stuff before I really need the up close firepower. Right, we are going to leave this here. No, we're going to leave it there, so we remember where it is. Weebs, you're in the chat. Yeah, cheers. Now, I've placed that wrong. I wanted to place that somewhere. Remember what we were talking about being able to extract souls from friendlies? If you can put this old statue near an enemy, as long as it takes a hit, if you then kill it, you will get souls from it. Not many, 200 or 300 I think it is, but every little helps. Every little bit of soul you get. Because remember, with the method that I'm using at the moment, everything that we pick up is going to be ×5 at least. Oh no, not ×5, doubled 5 times. These are all worth souls. And yeah, the Militiaman I really like just because of his passive, in that I get all the loot, all the high level loot, or at least chances for extra high level loot. And anybody who's a regular, you'll know that I can't control myself in these sort of situations. It's my problem, okay, and I will deal with it, but these games don't help. They really don't. So, the other thing that I like about, they have changed, I think it's the one class that they have changed. They've actually changed 2 classes. They've made the sniper's ammo pouch in the middle, which I find infuriating because I'm used to having the pouch over here, but apparently it helps snipers. I'm sure Norb will tell us how amazing it is. The Pistolier has been given an extra pouch, because I don't think he deserved to have 2. I don't even think he deserves to lose any, but the Pistolier is now basically our mage class in that he gets 2 slots for wands. Yeah, there you go, 64, thank you. Thank you, Lon. Oh, and that right there is why Militiaman is amazing. So that is the top level barrel. I'll be going back for those later. Oh, I'd imagine the Light Brigades are coming, and hello, Elk of Death. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, it's, I would imagine they'll do something. At the moment, think of this game as a community effort, in that we're all banding together and we're all helping out. But believe when competition's coming, I'm bringing it. So, don't need damage. No. I hate this. I've told everyone how much I hate this. I don't like it because it forces you to play in a way where you're not trying to kill the enemies. You're trying to hope, or it does for me anyway, trying to hope that they get converted to your side. There's also another problem with that. I don't want to push into corruption, because that's going to start up in the amount. That's going to mean that we're going to be at a 20% chance for corruption. I don't want that. That's probably the least damaging. Yes, I know I'm not playing this in the most kill efficient way, but I'm trying to squeeze and squeeze headshots. Yeah, we'll use that. I like to put items that I haven't got space for on little corners like this, so that if I'm gonna forget them, at least they are in eye level and I should have seen them, and I'm an idiot for not doing so. However, we have got one back there, so we'll use that one, because, and we've also got that to use as well, and we are at a point of use it or lose it. I'll talk about my belt and what the best items are to have with you based on sale price, because I am also a shop and gold whore. If you can out economy any game that has an economy, you win in a lot of regards, because being able to have all the things and the stuff, that's a lot of enemies, exactly when you need them is ideal. To be fair, you're not wrong. The rifle is very good. Really hurt. Now, why did I do that? Hello, Monsieur Hansen. Or, was that missed? Hello, Eddie Johnson and... Oh, Eddie Johansson. Oh, hello, Eddie. How we doing? I just heard Johansson. Sorry, dude. Hello, Eddie. How we doing? Eddie, I believe, is one of the big devs on the game. Like, the dev, if I'm right. So, why did I teleport back there? The reason being is because... there is a massive canyon and a massive chasm between this island and my island. And so, if I stay on their island, there is a distinct possibility that they will push my shit in. If I jump back here, it then just turns into a long-range firefight. Because... the problem is, Loran, that's a me problem, alright? Oh, you little... Forgot about that one. Oh, he's gonna have my lunch! Grab the heart. Forgot about that one. Remember that little tips in 30 ticks I said about positioning and making sure that you don't let those behind you? So, let's get that one dealt with. And that one dealt with. And then I'll get my head in the game. Oh, there's another one here. So again, look at my positioning. I've got it so that his weapon is kind of obscured by my cover. If you do that, he can't actually hit you. However, they will move, so you've got to make use of the opportunities. Alright. That was close, wasn't it? I'm really trying not to die here, so I can show the exploit off to the best of my abilities. And hello, Echoing, how we doing? Yeah, I think you can throw guards into the little suppository thing to give them to other players, or at least have the chance to give them to other players. I've had mixed results with that, so we'll have to see where that goes. Right, leave that on the side. Now, as I said, this is where I want to be fighting them from. Another reason is because the militia gets a lot of drop-off on the damage from. Now, we don't act at a distance, and I want them headshots. It's all extra souls. It's very... The card choices are very serious for me. I can see them... I can definitely see them doing a shotgun class. I'll be honest with you, Fee. The cards make this game for me. Even though a lot of the things are very low impact, or some of them are very low impact on percentages, I still love the little tweaks that you're getting, and you being able to put your individual little stamp within your classes. Oh, he's paralysed. Happy days. Now you'll see I'm being quite lackadaisy again because I've got a med kit back there as well. Oh, right, okay. The thing is with the cards, the only thing that I will say, the one thing I will say is I still think you should have to make a choice with them, always. That's what, again, this is another thing that I think In Death missed out on that this game has nailed, is unless you are really, really going to town on the game, and trying to min-max it for everything that it's bloody worth, like I love doing, you have to make choices, and making choices within a roguelike game is usually quite a big thing. Now, there aren't any places that I can give this, and as you guys well know, we operate a scorched earth policy on this channel, so anything that I cannot pick up and take with me, and there isn't somewhere that I can deposit it for other players, you know it's going off the side. There is a exception to that, which I will show you all later. Again, it's a little bit of a buggy exploit that's not really intended. It doesn't make a massive amount of difference. But I think I've called a fee from the very beginning. As soon as I hear someone's name, it's the first thing that I try and do is shorten it down so I can get it out quick. I'm a wordy guy, if nobody knows that, so I try and get as many words in the sentences as quickly as possible. To be honest with you, Resolve, you're probably this far away from being called Re, but unfortunately Resident Evil already holds that title, so... But yeah. Resolve is short enough, or should we say... Ooh, that's been... Yeah, it should be Faye, shouldn't it? But I don't know, I looked at your name, it's phenomenal. I assume your name is Phoebe, so I shortened it to Fee. And now it's stuck, I guess, so... I'm not going to be able to change it. Not at this point. It's been way too long. Way too long. So, again, as I said, being quite... Like, see. No, don't. Now, come on now. Resolve's a good lad. He does a lot for VR. If anyone's calling him Ruh, it's me. Yeah, you're probably right. It is either an accent thing or it's just a lazy. And, you know, there's some things that I'm not lazy in. There's a lot of things that I really am. Another thing that is worth checking with all of these levels is these areas, and it's even worth sometimes actually going down onto them, because again, as I've spoken about with the rendering distance, sometimes there can be things here and you can't see them from specific angles. Again, if you are getting a little bit long in the tooth on this game and you are getting to the shop and you're not able to buy everything, cheers Von, thanks for the vote of confidence. If you are getting to the shops and not able to buy everything, then you are not searching hard enough, or you haven't got your character, or you haven't been playing long enough. That's another thing. There we go. Look, see, there we go. It's always... Oh, damn it. Sometimes. Now, again, this is the nature of a procedurally generated game, is there are times when you won't be able to get the things because the procedural generation, they're not always... I don't think I've come across a procedurally generated game that isn't in... You know, isn't fallible in some way, shape or form. However, we know how to airwalk. Now, is it... Thanks, Ron. Is it worth doing this exploit to get a pot? No. No, it is not. However, I can't help myself. I must have all the loot and all the things and the shiny stuff and all the loot. Please let me grab you. Oh, God, no. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get it at all. I shouldn't even do this either. Here's what we could have won. It's gold. Maybe I can get it now. Hope in a dream. Hope in a dream. Hope in a dream. Hello, Travis. Come on. The one thing that I will say for a properly procedurally generated game, this comes up so rarely. It's one of the few times, of course it's the time that I see it on stream. Come on now. I'll do anything for gold. Militiaman, through and through. Because it has the weakest weapon, which means I can get the most headshots, and it has the passive bonus that allows me to... That's a very small part of the overarching problem. So, yeah. Militiaman, because... stuff. Because I get more and better stuff with the militiaman. The militiaman's passive is it increases the rarity, the loot rarity of all loot and cards. Only by percentages, but I want all of that. All of it. Yeah, sorry, can't help you. Hey, stick around. Oh, no, I suppose if you've already got the game, I can't make you stick around for winning a copy. Well done. Good man. See you later. Enjoy your run. I'll see you out there. Don't die. Right. This one is usually the hard one because it's nearly always at night as well. The second one. No, I didn't. But cheers anyway, weebs. Bit late, but I'll give you that one because stream delay. That's a waste. That's very wasteful. But we could always come back for that. But this is what I'm talking about. That was a half magazine. If I'd eject it that way and it popped into there, it'll go. You better believe it'll go. And then I think that'll be the next mag and it'll only be half. Do that a few times and all of a sudden you think you've got shed loads of ammunition in here and you really haven't. Right. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah. Spoilers ahead there, old Rizal. But yes, I have. It's something that I really loved about this game as well when it first happened. When the surprises are still coming, thick and fast. It's awesome. Yeah, you'll like this one, Travis. Yeah, no worries, okay. Oh, yeah. Come on, devs. Come on now. Don't put the bear traps in the rocks. It's just not fair, is it? It's not cricket. Well, at least we got the heals. So, I'll pop that on the barrel. And I'm going to do the same with a lot of these other things as well. So if we pick up any ammunition that is not heated here, it will go on there. If we pick up any other things, try and show off what I was talking about with the old experience exploit here. Now, hey, oh, thank you, Brother Earth. Most appreciated. Yeah, put it in the snow-covered rocks. I don't really want that, but we'll pop it on anyway. I'm not going to be using it much because I don't really want to increase the damage either. I like putting those on top of these chests as well because it's a good place to keep them. Now, cheers, dude. See you out there, echoing. Now, this is part of the reason why you'll see that I don't use my sidearm for a lot. I found I started using it for the second boss more and more often now because of how they've changed it, which is good. I use my sidearm, if I'm honest, to put all of the attachments on that I plan on selling. And it's also an extra source of ammunition. Now, oh, hello. Poor, have a mag. There we go. Yeah, there's always going to be a lot. It's always going to be part of their little algorithm that generates everything. So it's always going to be a bit of a problem. Now, why do I kill everybody who is on my side? Is it because I have trust issues? No. Well, kinda. This guy is an ally. He is of the Light Brigade. We are also of the Light Brigade. You could say that we are cut from the same cloth. Unfortunately for him, if I kill him, he gives me souls. That adds to my total. And you better believe we want those. The other, and this is probably even bigger, if this guy gets the kill shot on an enemy, he gets the souls. He takes our things for his help. See how every shot was worth souls, and I got some souls overall from him. Also, remember this for later. Now we can't, well, we could take that one with us, but there's not really much point. I might try later, but you'll see. The other thing as well is there are no repercussions for my trust issues in this game. So that's why I do it, because I can get away with it. This is what I was talking about as far as if your teleport is just out of range and you're struggling. I find a lot of the time if you turn your hand sideways, you can sometimes get them. Your soul is mine. Indeed, Rizal, indeed. So, open the account with some magic. Just hoping to get that bird. Ow. Damn it. Now, again, doesn't matter too much. Oh, now it does. Oh, now it does. Oh, you little shit. That was through that wood, I might add, as well. Don't like it. Don't like it. Now, that's a bit risky. And that means that we can't exploit as hard as I wanted to. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't it? Now, that's a bit unfortunate, because we've lost one of our lives. But let's pretend that I did that purposefully. Okay, in a moment, no, Vaughn. Let's pretend that I did that purposefully to try and show off the mechanic. We can still get a little bit out of that, but it's not as good as waiting it all to the end. But I can show you the glitch live. Oh, oh. Ow, ow. Oh, that's bad. No, that's not true. That's not true. Come on now. If I knew that that's what he was going to do, I would have adjusted for it. But that's just cheating at this point. So, let's, I know, right? If this was what was waiting for us, it's pretty good. This forever. So, for those of you guys who haven't played the game, part of the reason why I purposefully died there, getting shot through hard cover, was so that I can show off the mechanic that we're going to be abusing later and how the game is played. When you die, like Dark Souls, I'm playing it very safe now, missing out on headshots here as well, I might add. When you play the game and die, you then enter, like, I suppose with Dark Souls, the original ones, you go to Hollow. In this, you kind of go into a, I suppose, Hollow format, and you have to collect your spirit. Yeah, that'll happen. Now, the difference... Uh-oh. The difference... Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. I've got to change my battery. Right, but I need to stay in cover. Are you gonna... Right, hang on. Battery change. Bear with. Is that the one? That's the one. And we're back in the game. Thank you, Bobo. Stream forever. Yeah, let's get these guys. So yeah, I'm playing very conservatively now, and the reason being is because unlike Dark Souls, where the only repercussion... Let's get this guy first. Magic's unlimited, doesn't cost you anything, there's no ammunition for it, it's just a time cooldown thing, so we like that. Although I don't think he's getting hit. It's a bit bad. Concerned about those guys, so I want to get this one out of the way before I engage them. Now, the other thing, although I have multiple... Oh no, we're going to have to do it manually. Although I have multiple lives, if I was to die at this point before praying to my spirit self and recovering my souls, that's it, game over. Doesn't matter how many lives you got, you are out. So there's even grander repercussions for dying after a death if you don't collect. In Dark Souls, you just lose your souls. In this, game run over. Now, paying attention, guys and gals, 26,000 souls is how many I collected up until the point of death. I've collected some more souls whilst I've been out and about killing these enemies. If I now pray, and bear in mind you can be about here, I think it is, and get away with a prayer, the souls that I have collected just then, if you are observant, I'm now up to 55,000, so my souls have doubled. Now there are other benefits to dying as well, but if you are trying to exploit this game to the umpteenth degree, which I'm kind of going to fail a bit at tonight now, we'll do alright, I should think, on souls. If we can get a good couple of cards... that's twice now. Twice. I'm really good at spotting them, except the ones that are internal rock. So, on. Let's pretend it didn't happen, shan't we? So, for this one, I have the maximum that any character can have, which is 5 lives. One of the other things that it's worth noting as well is, once you have purchased things for a character, you have to... You better believe we're keeping that. You have to... No, it's like... I'm like Sideshow Bob and the bloody rakes. So, I knew there was one left. Oh, did you nudge me earlier then, Vaughn? Yeah, I was being attacked by birds, wasn't I? Right, let's get some prayer hands in the chat. And give away another key. We also want to stop that happening as well, because if the body falls off, it takes the soul with it. With common enemies, I'm not too bothered. With higher level enemies, I will try and manipulate that so that I can make sure that I get this. They take that, the thing that you collect, with them. So yeah, for those of you who don't know what's going on... Ooh, another one. Sunstrike. Oh, paralysis. 20% paralysis chance per hit now. That's getting good. So yeah, for those of you who don't know what's going on, if you would like to win a copy of the game... Ooh, we'll save that for later. In fact, we've got enough. We'll take that now before I forget. For those of you who don't know what's going on, if you would like to be in with a chance of winning a copy of this fantastic game, please put the prayer emoji into the chat. That will enter you in. I'll try and remember to get my lovely assistant to... Come on now, okay, go down there then. And if you've already got the game, put something else in. Yeah, if you've already got the game or already won a copy of the game, you won't be able to enter a second time. And in that circumstance, I don't know, put something amusing in instead of a prayer. So, we live for the emojis. I think they help the algorithm. Not that it really makes too much odds, but there you go. Well, we know that's not solid cover. Maybe let's try this rock. Looks a little bit more like it, doesn't it? Right. So, let's go as we mean to go on. try and get that bird. Quick sharp. Yep, he's done. And now again, perfect. Ooh, perfect positioning for that guy, kinda. But again, we don't need to be too concerned. Ow. Don't need to be too concerned with dropping health here, because we've got loads of health behind us. The other thing as well is, as long as you've got solid cover and you enemies haven't got the ability to, as I eloquently put it, push your shit in, then you don't really need to worry. If that was our last hit, the screen would go grey. When the screen is grey, you are in kind of like the whole Call of Duty recovery mode, and you are on your final hit. If you wait until that screen goes away, I'm not going to demonstrate because otherwise I'll get myself killed most likely. Where are you going? There we go. Maybe one day. Yay, we actually done it this time. But you're stalling, yeah, that'll do. Maybe we should do that instead, save me getting demonetized. So, as long as you, so when you're in combat, when you take your last hit and you go grey, yeah, if you can recover at all times. So in some regards, this game is a hell of a lot harder, but in other terms, it is actually easier as well. So, because if you pick your, say easier, the game is actually well designed in regards of the fact that it is rewarding you for clever play. If you've got good, solid cover, and the enemies have got you down to low health, then you use your good, solid, well-positioned self to wait it out and get some health back. And it's worthwhile doing. You'll often, I mean, I don't want to do it in this run because, well, we've already lost one life and I wasn't planning on losing any until the end. So, best laid plans, eh? But you want to not, well, for what I'm trying to do anyway, you want to not lose any until the end, to min-max it to the maximum. But you guys should be able to see what I'm doing already anyway. So, as I was saying to Laurent earlier, I can usually, without any deaths, get my souls up to, I mean, we'll have to take like 25 grand off of that. But I can usually get my souls with the right cards up to the sort of 250 to 300,000 mark. I've never had a game go well enough where I get all the cards on top of that. I mean, yeah, I can't blame myself for that one. Normally, I'd be kicking myself, but yeah, the you know, these wooden boards were a lot more flimsy than they appeared. I got shot straight through them and had to run. It didn't even go through the gap; it just went straight through. But hey, these things happen. Cunning enemies for placing flimsy balsa wood cover instead of proper oak. So, that's that bit done. One of the things that we need to talk about as well is the belts. Why am I taking keys? They're one of the most precious assets that you can get in the game, in that keys allow you to open chests for when you get... Yes, you can disable the bear chats by shooting them, but you don't want to do that because it's a waste of ammunition. I think you can throw grenades on them as well. They also disarm if you step on them as well. So, no, it would definitely block, it would definitely act as cover for them. So again, the problem, see the thing is, although this is a glitch, basically within the add-in up system, I do wish they'd kind of keep it in because it is massive risk, like ridiculously high reward. Because you're having to keep all of your souls on you. You get fucked over once and die and not get back and lose your run. All gone. Yeah, there is always massive amounts of ammunition at the thing. Now, I'm hoping this one's going to be for Sammy, one of the girls that I know who's struggling with the first boss. I'm hoping to be able to show off. Now, here's something I haven't talked about before. Thank you, devs. I always explore these little corridors, these little bits and pieces, and up until the latest update, there was never anything here. This. And it's like... It's 30 gold. Oh, 20 gold. It makes me so happy that they've just put a little gold for me because I went there and explored. Just a little bit, and I went there. Now, sad as that is, it's just a loot goblin through and through. Now, oh, there he is. I don't want to really get shot here, but thankfully we've got the paralysis working, and it should. Whoa, not good. It's not a speedrunny kind of game, if I'm honest, but you could. And the reason why it's not a speedrunning game is for the same reason that In Death Unchained in its standard format is not a speedrunning game. It needs to be given rules. And the reason being, and this leads me nicely into a tip, thanks very much, Result, is if you're struggling with a level, you don't need to complete it. You can literally leap all the way to the end, pray at the door, go through, gone. You don't need to clear an area. I'm only doing it because I want all their souls. Their souls are mine, as we've discussed. So yeah, as I say, one of the... Oh yeah, you can die very quickly. Oh, thanks, Bob. Oh, God. I was having a conversation then instead of paying attention to what I was doing. Now, we need to be extremely careful now, because there is an enemy spawn behind us, and we've got enemies coming for us. Well done, Kev. Let's get some damage on these guys. That crack is our man behind us, and I'm going to start putting him down quickly because we're getting a bit low on the old health. Might actually need some. Note the positioning here as well. Again, keeping his gun in position of cover makes it a very difficult shot for him, because I've got the cover with me. Makes my return shots very easy. Could do with some health here. Oh, look at all that ammo. Playing very lackadaisy. Might have to turn you all off at some point. Like I'm going to do that. I'd rather die. Right. So, good old spell check. So yeah, the speedrunning side of things, not so much the thing. Oh, I'm gonna have a quick. Oh, I'll tell you what, stay hydrated, people. You'll feel it if you don't. Although, he says, as he hides his water bottle somewhere else. Oh, if I was on Pico, you could have seen that. So you could have seen that water faff. Oh, I do. Don't I? Yeah, I just did. Every time. Can't help myself. I don't think there's any others. I've checked. I've checked almost every time. And yeah, Kev, you're going to have a blast with this one, mate. It's awesome. So. And yeah, as I said previously, yeah, it is a time sinker, but it's worth it. The gameplay, the loop, how it all works. I'm at the point now where I want to exploit and do my way through everything. Yes, Resolve, if you are playing for damage, definitely get all the gold. And hello, Mr. Fish. Yeah, the gold is one of the ones I'm going to do a video on what I think is the best way to unlock things. At the moment, it's different, but when the game is not exploitable in the way that I'm going to be doing it, It's actually, you want to be slowly increasing your weapon power, but you definitely want to be increasing your magic, and you definitely want to be increasing your money that you start out with, because being able to shop right at the start of the game, I mean, sometimes the guy actually carries keys, and we want keys. Keys are always high value items, and with the possibility of giving you more cards. God, I thought he'd gone on vacation for this stream then. I was getting a bit worried. Just didn't render him. Right, so, first things first with the boss. Ensure you are at full health. So, and make sure that you are fully loaded. There is plenty of ammunition in here, so that is not a concern of ours. If you had... he only sells one, but you want to be using the money to get the damage up if you're not exploiting the game as much as you can. Because you'll get this, you'll get that. Even this increases the amount of damage that you've done. The barrel definitely does. The little magical side attachment that you can get does, and all the various bits and pieces. You can even get better wands, or different wands. Like, for instance, the sniper class has the power field, which I don't even think works properly at the moment. That should be coming properly in an update. You shoot through it, and it's supposed to increase damage, but I don't think it does at the moment. But even if it did, I wouldn't use it, because these are so much more effective at getting you out of a jam than the other two. Anyway, so what we want to do here is we want to have this on the ready. Note how, as well, the way that I hold my weapon. Now, usually that is really, or as I understand it anyway, really bad fire discipline to hold this part and not have your finger on the trigger ready to fire. I don't know, maybe that's a gamer thing, I don't know. But I think it's bad discipline. This is the fastest way that I found to do it, because I want to cast and then be straight back onto the rifle to shoot him, a la this. And what we're going to do is, as he says his lines, chuck one of those, chuck another, and then let him have as much good news as possible. Now, that's not ideal that he's gone behind there, but we're going to try and make use of it. Ugh. Not good. He often does this if you put a lot of damage on him fast. He will eventually start working his way out of it. And it is a simple case in fact of, he's a bit of a, for you IDUers, he's a bit of a Gabe, in that we want to keep cover behind, we want to get cover near him. And just keep putting the damage on him. Stay near the pillars. Make sure that you can put the pillars between you and him at all times. The one attack that we are looking for, when he does this, we want to destroy that first. That takes the shield off of him. 6 shots into that, or 5 or 6 shots into that will destroy it. If he's low on health, you can often kill him, as I'm going to here, before that actually gets to you, because he's controlling it. There you go. Try and get the headshots in as well. Takes him down faster. And simple as that. The only other attack that he does that is difficult when you've got these pillars is he'll throw a spear. When he throws that spear, if you are close to the cover, the spear will penetrate the cover and hit you. So if he's getting ready to throw something that looks like a spear, keep the cover between you and him, but step away from it. And the thing is, the boss is quite clever in respect to the fact that some of his attacks, if you are away from the cover, will curve round and hit you, whereas some of his attacks, if you are hugging the cover, will penetrate through it. So it keeps the player moving, and it's a good boss, it's a good design, and it's keeps the player engaged. As for the sniper, I'm not a sniper. I don't have that sniper instinct. I know one of our moderators here, Norb, really enjoys the sniper rifle. It's an additional class, so it's another way to play. It does a ridiculous amount of damage. So, one of the other things, and this again stacks in with what we are... Oh, yeah, shoot the... Oh, actually, here's something that I wanted to test that I heard earlier. I'm going to talk about this in just a moment if I don't before I leave. Someone told me that you can break this. So, bear with. Testing in progress. Because I'm pretty sure if you... I don't need to do that. At this point now, that's got more health than the boss, I think. So, this is one of the things, again, by design, as I believe it as well, is a lot of the useful magic is homing. Look to where the magic always goes. It always goes towards the windows, and I think that's a good thing. Is that different? Okay, so you can't destroy the windows entirely, but you can break the things off of them, and those are part of what he uses to shield himself. When those things are going, and when he's casting his ice wave thing, he is invincible, so you have to destroy and sever that link first. Anyway, yeah, so Sniper's very good. It does, like, at higher levels, it does ridiculous amounts of damage. However, I kill the friendlies and take their rifle and replace the Sniper. See my tips in 30 ticks for that. Now, again, I would always recommend this. Every one of these you should be destroying. Reason being is because they give you ammunition, but also they give you souls. It's just breaking the soul cover of the wind cover. Yeah, you can do. I'm purposely making myself very underpowered so I can get more headshots. But as Norb said, you can, if you get the right build by this point, and I think the Sniper's probably one of the easiest ones to do it. The Sniper can put out ridiculous amounts of damage if you can hit well. I mean, even if you can't hit well, body shots still do a lot. Note how I'm getting souls here. Now you might say, like, yeah, but still, it's like 20 souls, 30 souls per box or something along those lines. Remember that we're going to be doubling that, and then doubling that, and then doubling that, and then doubling that, because we've only got 4 left now, because wooden cover is see-through, obviously. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about before we leave, and that's why I break all of these. And what I'm looking for is ammunition. Now that I'm fully topped up, always make sure before you leave that your gun is at maximum as well. There is no reason why it shouldn't be. There are so many of these. So make sure your gun has 1 bullet in the spout and this. So, yes, I used to be. It's those hidden ones that get me now. One of the tips that I would give you, Resolve, is if you hold the teleporter out whilst you are moving, it actually shows where the bear traps are with a little circle round them. Just do not stop pushing forward, because it will allow you, the devs are lovely in this, it will allow you to teleport specifically into a bear trap. It's like the bear traps are a feature and that they want to be teleported into. But if you hold that, and what I've shown in the video is doing this, and almost using it as like a blind man's cane or a minesweeper or something along those lines, do that. So, last thing, and then we'll move this along. Why have I got this in my hand? I'll show you in a minute. Now, I can step into him still as well. I've stepped into the same one multiple times earlier. Right, we don't want that to roll away. We want to keep that. Instead of rescuing this guy by moving up to him, we're going to kill him. We are going to kill him in a very specific way. I want to activate him before I kill him. By that, I mean I want him to show his gun. Because if he doesn't pull his gun, I don't get to take it with me. That's important. Yeah, I know, right? It's like cement. Yeah, you're not wrong. Now, I've killed that guy. What you guys should be doing if you're just playing the game for the first few times is you want to be saving those soldiers, because I think it might even go towards stats all the way through the game. I'm not interested in saving the Light Brigade. He's worth souls, and he's got a nice expensive rifle, which... the things that are in your pouches and the 2 things that are in your hand, when you go through that portal to the shop, stay. Now, I've been told, but I haven't tested, I think it was VR Matter that said about it, that the same is true coming into a boss area. Now, that could be useful if you want to min-max, and I do like doing that, but I don't want to have to traipse items to and fro, especially on a stream. But these 2 items that are in your hand will be in there. Again, I think it's a glitch. Make use of it for now, I guess. So, let's see. With these chests, always open both and look at your options, because one of them might not look great on its own, but then with combination with another one might be really good. So, no, probably. That's extra damage, and then we're now at a 30% paralysis hit. Why is that really good for what we're doing? Because I want headshots. I'm a Light Brigade soldier, but I'm the Maverick Renegade of the Light Brigade soldiers. I've seen too much, Resolve. This is the problem. Seen way too much. So, I am taking this gun with me because it sells for about 200 plus 100 for the ammunition. Why am I taking this grenade? This sells for 74. Standard grenades sell for 30 odd, so they're not worth them. I'd never use one of these because they're too valuable to me. Keys are always best things to take because they have the possibility of getting you additional cards. And on top of that, they're always going to be good value. What you unlock from a chest is always going to be worth more than the actual key that unlocks it, but it gives us a chance at least of getting additional cards. On top of that, then, you want attachments, and you want all the attachments are worth in and around the same, but obviously the rarer they are, the more they'll sell for. And it follows the same system that the rest of the game does, in that white is normal, blue is uncommon, purple is rare, and gold is legendary. Now, well, they kind of don't. You need to be holding on to them. They don't stay with you between portals. I've been told that they stay with you between the portal that leads to the boss and going into the boss. I know that they stay from going from the boss to the shop. The shop or the outpost is always after the boss. Now, what are you talking about, Silver, you fucking idiot? You haven't got anything in your hands. They're empty. You'd be right. But lucky, unless they've taken it out of the game. But oh, I do believe if I dust a little snow out of the way, there's a little rifle in there, and if I have a little rifle around in the ground, there's a blue grenade in there. Well, by Jove, I'll take those with me. So, ammunition in, that's 10 gold. Another 74 there for the grenade. We don't need this. How much is it worth? I think it's 200. Occasionally they can be worth more. I don't think there was any attachments on it. No, that was worth 200. I've had his come in at 800 previously. Oh, that's right. You better believe that Jude's getting it. Keep it to yourself, though. He's right there. So the other thing that I think is very little known, it doesn't really matter because you should always be going after the stone heart, which gives you additional maximum health and fills your health bar. But so we all know, pray to the green crystal gods, because it gives you your health back as many times as you like. This is another reason why this makes taking on him, not you, I was talking about someone else, taking on him easy, because you'll always be able to leave here at full health. Anyway, right, first things first, let's play some games. Keys go in chests. Are we going to go over there and unlock them like a chump? No, we're going to play an adaptation of a game of mine from After the Fall called Floppy Tosser. Damn. That one's in. Not very good. Yes. Good shot. Now look at all of these lovely, lovely items. I don't need any of them, but they're all very, very expensive. What I just got there, so keys sell for 150. These are going to sell for a lot more. We've probably got enough gold now so we can start thinking about giving things away. Now, that doesn't sound very Silver Tongue Devil. That doesn't sound very min-maxy, does it? Wow, you get souls for giving things away. Look at my gold available because I've been hunting and scrimping and saving. Do I now have to make choices as to what I want to buy here? God dams no. I'm buying you out of everything that you've got. Okay, bear with, and we'll run that in just a moment. Now, Crystal Law Spawns, all of these cards, other than things that are really going to increase damage, I'm going to take. This one we want. +5 bonus soul collect. If I can get plenty of those before we get to the end, it will add 5% onto whatever we cash in. So that is a big bank. We are taking that. Stoneheart, yes please. I'm actually going to put this on the side here. Oh, it doesn't. Have they changed that as well? There we go. I'm going to leave it on the side there because... Yeah, I know, right? What a tosser. So, we do need to be aware of upping our damage at least a little bit. I know I'm trying to keep damage down, but we have to be careful because if we keep our damage too low, if something does charge us, we're not going to be able to put it down very fast. Well, I usually buy everything, and sometimes it refreshes. It might be a random chance thing. I'm going to buy that. 20%. Don't really want that, but we're going to buy it anyway. And I'm going to buy that. Going to buy that. Going to buy that. Going to buy that. And can you see what I'm talking about being able to out-economy a game? You don't even need to make any choices. You just buy all the things. And guess what? You lucky, lucky people... This is what I do all the time. Now, that little box there... Alright, don't lose your shit. That one, we will keep a homing charm, because homing charms hit heads like 95% of the time, and that's where we're getting the extra souls from. So we'll pop that on our weapon. Change it over. It does actually say the buttons, but I think I've covered it in one of my tutorials. That can go in there like that. We want to be decking out this weapon as best as we can. Remember that we've got things on here as well. Money is not going to be much of an option, an object to us, because we've got plenty already, even though we've bought out the store. But I don't want to be short, because occasionally Jude shows up between levels. Now, don't think you can put these in, but maybe they've changed it, so let's have a look. You didn't? Okay, good. Yeah, someone I can... I'm sure they'll be useful to somebody. Sorry if you get them and their shit. Now, why am I giving away all of these things to other players? Is it because I am a kind and generous streamer? Is it because I'm hoping that I'm going to help your game along? Is it because I'm just amazing? Just great. It's all those things, but mainly the fact that I get double that amount in souls. Souls are what we're playing for. Also, during your shop travels. Again, not worth an awful lot, but that's all going to times by a factor, I think Laurent said, if you do it properly, like I'm talking about, a factor of like 64 times. So it's worth doing. Now, part of the reason why I'm not worried about my gold, and we're going to get rid of all of that, is because Jude is also a source of income. Let me show you how. Right, so we're done here. All of these things, place loot inside this shrine, pray to donate to others. You're welcome, the internet. Thank you, souls. And that also benefits from any cards that you would have that would give you increased percentages. So that's 13 grand of solved. Oh, yeah, super nice. Yeah, you got it, Mike. You got it. You got it. It's exactly what it is. Nothing to do with self-personal gain or anything. Now, any things left? You literally just became useful, Bandage Face. That's, yeah, don't call him Jude either. Try and disassociate him as a human. Makes him so much easier to kill. I mean, congratulate and look after. Good job, my man. Use this cover here, just in case things get a little bit wily. Treat him like an enemy. Make sure that his gun is pointing into the wall. Jude, especially in his second incantation, has a lot of life. Now, again, why am I killing the NPCs? Well. And again, wait until he draws his gun. Because if he doesn't draw his gun, you won't be able to sell it. What is he doing? I've never paralyzed him before. Draw your gun! Come on now. Has he drawn his gun? He's not liking it. He's not liking life. Maybe this is a problem with paralysis. I've given him... Hey, look, chat, he's got a stroke on. Not liking life now? What about another one? There we go. I want his gun out. If you kill him... Silver-tongued angel thinking face indeed. So, if you kill him before he draws his gun, you will not have his gun to either donate or make the money out of. Eject the magazine. If you don't eject the magazine, I don't think it gets sold properly. Oh, 400 gold. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Jane. So, we've done our donation. We've killed the shopkeeper after buying everything from him. We've still got tons of gold because this is what I do, all right? This is what I do. We're still at full health. We've got plenty of ammunition. There's one last exploit that we can do. Get rid of pistol ammunition. It's worth 10. Holding your pistol will give you instant access to just your pistol ammunition. Do we need that? No. Are the good people at Funkatronic Labs aware of the fact that you could go into a level with no ammunition and accommodate for it? Yes. You will always get given 2 clips at the start of every level. Do we need all of this ammunition now that we're doing alright? We can get rid of 1 or 2. Famous last words might come and bite me in the ass, but, you know, min-max, min-max. Money, 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 money. That is quite... Nope, that's a very good point, Laurent. Push it all... No, you can only donate once per shop. Thank you, Vaughn. Right. Last copy, I think it is. Last copy of this awesome game to give away. Prayer hands in the chat. Hopefully you can win a copy for the quest. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to go and play in the mountains. You're all the way up in the mountains. No shit. So we've got everything that we can from this. And we are off. So yeah, get him in. You guys will love to know. I've got a redirect sorted for tonight, and we're going to go and have a look at Indy doing Ghosts of Tabor after this. Because I was playing that with him last night, and we had, we had a good time. So I think some of you guys were there. So I'm going to go and chill there after this, but we've got, I dare say it's like, what's that? It's got to be an hour and a half in, and we're only just got past the first boss. Might start kicking the arse out of it. Now, I am going to be using this a little bit more, and I do like to push out the damage a bit more at the start. Yeah, no worries, dude. Now, this is part of the reason why I like paralysis. Because look at all that time that bought us from not getting absolutely executed by this guy. That's what usually happens. You got to teleport away. I was a little bit complacent there. If they are planning on running at you, you've got to get back. Now, we are very underpowered at this point, so we have to be a bit careful. And we haven't got any life, but we have got plenty of lives, so it doesn't really matter. If I die, I'll say it's on purpose. Now, one of the other things... Is he already dead? One of the other things that you could do as well, as you might see, there are one use, as in you can't reload them, enemy weapons. If you really, really wanted to min-max this strategy, use these two. They are so weak. But it's all headshots. I shall demonstrate. Hopefully not get myself killed during the escapade. Where's that guy gone? Oh, he's in the water. There he is. But you still benefit from all of your power-ups. Look at all those bonus souls. So that guy was almost worth 1,000 on his own. They don't usually start becoming that until much later on. Now, I was also going to show you this. We need to get him in range of an enemy, and we need to get him hit. Note as well, this is a decoy. Note as well, I can position him where I want to by... I'll be doing the tips in 30 ticks on this. By positioning it, by moving this forward and backward, just by tilting the wrists. But let's put him here. That should alert him. He's a... Oh no, he is a rifleman. Thought it was a grenade guy. Come on, take a shot. Taking my shot at my man. Now, if I killed that, normally, it wouldn't give me any souls. But I get 200 odd out of it because it took a hit. Don't know why it has to take a hit for you to be able to get souls out of it, but it does. Oh, hello. Go. Lovely, lots of headshots. Now you can see why I'm very happy that we're pushing into paralysis. I do find as well, the more that you get of a particular one, once you start making your choices at the start, it kind of pushes you down a road, and I do think that you should follow that road, see where the class and build takes you. Sometimes you'll get lucky with it, sometimes not so much. What I was hoping for are lots of ones that give me bonus souls, and not an awful lot else. It's not what we've got today. Good old homing shot charm always goes in on the closest enemy and goes for the head. This is how you get that achievement where you only get headshots. Grab the homing charm and make use of it. Or abuse it, not make use of it. Right, we need to reload there. That doesn't look very paralysed. I think it was corrupted. So, because we're a little bit low on ammunition, we are going to start collecting. And also note as well, I've already picked up a couple of pistol clips, but it gave me some extra clips at the start. Because we're a little bit low and we don't want to run out. Unfortunately not, Jade. There isn't anything like that at the moment, I don't think. That sounds like everyone. I just heard fourth wall get in. Couple more seconds for anyone else who wants to enter the draw. Shouldn't have done that, that was lazy, but we have got a medikit or two lying around. Now again, as I said, normally I want you to wait to pick these up, but I'm kind of playing the game a little more different and a little less safe. So, and I want to obviously get to the point where I'm almost going to crash my headset. Or we're going to try anyway. It's not going to be as good as I've had it before, I don't think, but we live in hope. So, right, yep, end it there, Von. Let's get that last key given out to a lucky winner. And then I'm going to try and get us to the point where we're finishing with a lot of souls. Now, because there's a wizard there, Harry, we want to kill these enemies up quick sharp. Now, one of the... Congratulations, dude. I didn't quite hear who that was. Again, mages I will make a point of taking out regardless of headshots, just because I want them out of the way. They can be a very tough enemy. Oh, how nice one, Abs. Well done, mate. That didn't come. That your name didn't come round very well on my old chat to speech thing. Excellent work, dude. Enjoy yourself a copy of the Light Brigade. I am chatting with the devs at the moment, and I'm hoping to do some more giveaways. So if you haven't been lucky enough to win on this occasion, there are going to be others. The only other thing that I will do for you all as well, if you're a part of my or if you're in my Discord, I've got the code up there for this game. So again, if you can get a better offer than 25%, you take it. But at the moment, I can get you 25% off, and it gets me a couple of quid, which is always appreciated. Towards games anyway, so I don't have to buy them. I am using TTS, yeah. And if you wait until the stream is over, I will pop in the comments the same link, just in case you don't want to join Discord or you're not in it or anything along those lines. Oh, that's money. And that goes on there like that, ready for us to sell later. And that's literally kind of all I use my pistol for, putting all of the attachments on that I don't want. Now, again, another reason why I love the militiamen. You'll see that some of the times I'm getting some ridiculous amounts of golds. I know that I've sold quite a lot of copies through that. But, you know, this game isn't for everybody. Remember that there are people out there that want games where it's like you're going to get 40 hours worth of fantastic gameplay, but there is a finishing point. Now, unfortunately, as you will have seen from my looting problem, as you'll see from my looting problem, I am very much a min-maxer and a value for money kind of guy. If I like a game enough, I don't want it to end. If I like a game enough, I don't want to trudge through the same story over and over again. I have found games that are good enough where I will do that. Vandal Hearts was a fantastic strategy game that I remember doing that on. The original one. So, see? I did walk past those. They didn't render in the first time round, so this is why it's always worth having a little retread and a little check. It is getting better though, but it's only on certain levels and certain kind of palettes, I find. But yeah, I want myself personally, in the games that I look for, where my tastes have, is something that has a fantastic game loop. The story could be shocking, but the fact of the matter is, people, if you're after a game that's story-based and story-driven and blah, 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 I'm not your guy, because I'd just be like, I want a game to have a good, fun time and a good game loop, and for you guys, potentially something cool to show off. And, you know, if I want story, like, well, I've got Amazon Prime, and I've got Netflix, and I've got Disney, and I've got all of these things. Yeah, as I said, there are some, definitely, that are an exception to the rule. So the rule isn't hard and fast. But like, for instance, Into the Radius hasn't got an amazing storyline, but it is there. And so it kind of puts a finite point on finishing. At least there is sort of like an after the game sort of thing. Now, this is what we save our money for. And if I remember rightly, these are random, but you can tell how many you're going to get by going into the status. Now, there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, plus the 3 bosses, 15. I think I'm missing a couple there. But if you've got 19 areas there, I think that means that you are guaranteed to get 2 instances of Jude. I think 19. I'll have to work out the numbers. And, hey, Jude. So, you know, no hard feelings about what happened earlier. You know, I got a little bit trigger happy. You got a little bit trigger happy. I mean, guns got sold. I mean, to be fair, I did buy all of your stuff. And, well, yeah, I'll have it. Yeah, go on, I'll have it. Now, that always buy these, whether you need the heal or not. Now, I actually do. But the reason being is because you'll see that it increases my maximum. If you're increasing your maximum health, and you can take more hits before you hit the grey area and having to do the recovery thing. And in some circumstances, if you've gone into the damage reduction line of cards, the more health you've got, the more you recover too after you've finished being in the grey spell, which I think I died quickly enough in that you wouldn't have seen here. But that, like, for instance, if your base health is at 50, I think it gives you 15% of your health back. So you would get 12 HP back. That's actually enough HP to, if you've got reduction of damage or on a low enough stage, take 2 more hits before you are back to grey. And so my point is, you can stay on that fine line of edging having to use your health items and not having to, because you're constantly getting life back from playing it smart and recovering. Now, we don't want to take any of these with us because we're going to pick them up anyway. The only one that I consider buying is that, but we're just going to... In fact, that's probably not a bad shout, you know, just in case we don't get one. But I guarantee you this is going to come bite me in the posterior. I'm putting that on there so that I can give it away to the shrine. Now, hopefully there is a shrine between us and the boss. Close up your menu before I kill you. I mean... what I mean. So again, now this one, it doesn't matter. We don't need his gun because we can't do anything with it. You better believe we're going to paralyze him. We're going to get all the headshots. 7,600. Love it. For anybody who's confused about what these are, that is part of that crystal lure card that I picked up. They will lure enemies to them and explode. You do get a rifle from him if this was the area before the boss, we could carry this with us into the boss from what VR Matter has said. I haven't tested that myself, but he said a lot of things and they've all been correct so far, so I've got no reason not to think he's correct. We could carry this with us into the boss and then carry it all the way to the boss, and then when we've killed the boss, we could kill the soldier and take 2 of those in. They are better items to carry than the grenades, because he's worth about 200. The grenades, the blue ones, are worth 74. However, if I carry this through, it will disappear, unfortunately. Yeah, homing's also great as well because it's always headshots. Again, see, this is the thing, is leaderboards in this game don't suit it in its current... Leaderboards don't do a lot for this sort of game. And as I've said to those of you who know me before and in the channel plenty of times before, even In Death Unchained is not a great game to have as a competitive game. Now, there is a leaderboard and there is a score, but I can tell you now that a lot of us are playing way past the point of fun to get a good score, and it shouldn't be like that. And this could end up the same. So, there was hello kicking. Oh, Indy! Got my redirect set up. Would you be interested in starting up another if maybe I was to come and play with you? So, there's some nasty enemies around the corner. But yeah, nice one, and thanks for letting me know. Some nasty enemies around that corner. Hopefully, we can get the headshots in and get some paralysis on. I love these guys, especially when you've got the likes of paralysis. It's just headshot, 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 headshot. Now, so what was up, mate? Is it just Ghosts of Tabor being Ghosts of Tabor, or was it just not an enjoyable experience tonight, or? No, that is true. Oh, hello. Steady on there, fella. Do you like to shoot my... Yeah, no, that's not a... That is definitely a thing, mate. I've had that with other games. That one's basically more damage and a little bit more expensive. We'll keep that one. Pop that one. Oh, come here, you. Pop that one on there. Sell that later. Oh, no worries, dude. Again, all the headshots, lovely, jubbly. At the moment, I can't remember what the card is, and I love it. It's the one that puts everything into slow time, and the bonus of it is it always triggers the effects, but it increases. Ow! It increases the more shots. Oh no, this is the bad one. Or. No worries, dude. Whenever you want it to be, I'm playing with you. Remember what I said? Remember what I said? Bought one, got an extra one. These are worth keeping hold of, though. Twilight, thank you. God, I love that card. Yeah, I love purple ones because they nearly always have cards. Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. We are pushing into paralysis, and look, here's another rare one. Lovely, lovely. I can go in there like that. That needs reloading. We've already got a charm. Charms are worth keeping hold of. If not carrying on the weapon, putting them into here. These are primo. That one, not so much because it's uncommon, and that one, not so much either. But these are definitely worth more grenades. I would replace this with a key. Oh, a stack is, so, as a bloody Magic the Gathering player from many moons ago, I am Lord of the Geeks. I can go on and on about what a stack is, but a stack is that it's put in instances of the same thing and stacking them on top of each other. So say for instance you had a 10% that is then added onto the stack per hit. That 10% becomes 20% on the next hit, becomes 30% on the next hit, becomes 40% on the next hit, and 50% on, and so on. Don't even get me about talking about resolving stacks. Oh, definitely a magic term. So, but yeah, I prefer that one to paralysis, because if you're leathering them with loads of shots, you can basically keep people in a perpetual state of slow-mo, and it's brilliant. So yeah, as I said, these are these crystal lures. They're not going to hurt you, but they are going to hurt the enemy. But again, it's more damage and luring. Tell you what, you know, I think we're selling this one. I hate the aiming on this. It's not very good. And it's only a little bit of extra damage, so it doesn't make too much odds. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's the whole having to line up multiple things, whereas with this one, it's just as accurate. Come on, get off. Get off. Get off, thank you. Switch. And this one, again, normal silver gold, without even looking at the description, tells you, get on, tells you what they are until they go on the gun, and then they cover down a bit in the colour. But that one will sell more. This does a little bit less damage, but it's got a better sight aperture. Not that I'm really using it, but you don't have to line anything up. You just have to put that on them. Job's a good one. Technical terms, I'm full of them. So, and yes, thanks, Von. I'll battery check myself before I wreck myself in a minute. Again, could have missed those quite easily. Look how easy that last box there phases out, and then until we get close again, it doesn't come back in. You've got to be aware of these things. They are doing it within the limitations of the engine sometimes, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I feel like these devs do it on purpose. They know that I want all the things and the stuff, and if it's shiny I can't help myself, and they hide it, and it just makes my job harder. All that much harder. Anyway, that's enough whinging about the loot! Do like the fact that you can throw one pot into another as well. Really floats my boat. We don't need that. We are getting to the point now where we're getting quietly confident and cocky with the amount of paralysis that we are doing, and that we're probably not going to need health much more. Famous last words. No, because hate that. No, because more damage. And that's just rubbish. That's not doing anything. Sun's Embrace isn't too bad. Now, Sun's Embrace, if you read turning a card on its side gives you a little bit more detailed description. Nearby enemies are marked with the same thing that this does. However, at the moment, increasing Sun's Embrace damage, which is what this does not proc with the Sun's Embrace that this does. It's almost like two separate instances of Sun's Embrace. It's a very good... well, not very good. It's an alright magical choice for CQC characters like the Pistolier and Resolve Scout. So these are always worth upgrading and taking with you if you can get a rarer version of what you have, but we've got the rarest, and Power Field is Garbo, in my opinion, because I still don't think it's working last time I tried it. Shooting through that should do additional damage. I think it works the same way as well, in that you can take additional damage if you're shot through at you as well. It never seems to work for me. I haven't tried it much, if I'm honest. So, again, the way that I've been playing, I'm not about doing more damage. Yeah, but then there's part and parcel of that whole... But now you've got player interaction, and they're searching. The problem is, sometimes you can see it from far away, where's the last guy then? Sometimes you can see it from far away, other times you can't. Like, I can see that from a reasonably far away distance, other times I can't. So then you mess loot, because it's kind of changing what it's teaching you as you're playing the game, which is a bit naughty. Oh, that's a key. Better believe that's going in there. Oh, I hear it. Hello. See that Sun's Embrace proc off? That's because of his proximity to me. Later on, you can get that causing damage, you can increase the radius, and you can get it so that, like this Sun's Embrace, it does more damage when you hit an enemy. Again, we're trying to stay away from doing more damage, but you've got to be careful, because otherwise you can come a crop with doing, in what I'm trying to do, too little damage and getting yourself killed. Yeah, no worries, Kev. Most appreciated, mate. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy, sir. We'll see you again soon. One there. As I said, you can use these, and it is another legitimate tactic for what I'm trying to do, keeping the damage as low as possible. Oh, look at these. I do like that they allow that, and that it destroys them both. Lovely. Oh, hello. Well, that's a spare. We'll use that. And I like to have, as I say, a quick look back, because you never know. You never know what you've missed. Never know. I usually consider myself a hawk when it comes to, you know, one of those loot hawks that you see in the papers. I usually consider myself one of those, but in this game, not so much. Again, anyone who's on PC VR, tell me if it's any different. I assume you guys have this problem as well, so I think it's kind of intended and part of the game. I don't know. I really don't. One of the things that they do is, if you've unveiled loot and you move away... Cheers, Mike! It doesn't do it with those. With mags, which become very difficult to see over distance, it does do what Al was saying and keeps the lines going. I'm sure I didn't see this. There's another one there. God, I feel like sometimes it's not got enough memory to spawn everything in. Or maybe just I haven't got enough memory to know where I've checked and where I haven't. It's one of the two. Yeah, it's a shame it wasn't. Should ask if... Yeah, I have to remember. I'll ask Rizal next time he's in. Hello, Riberine. How we doing, dude? No, I'm sorry, mate. I only had 3 today. Normally, I would try and get hold of 5. Try and get hold of more for next time so that we can keep the keys going a little bit longer through it, because I know some of you guys are going to miss out if I don't have enough. But yeah, so unfortunately, mate, sorry, dude, you've lucked out on this occasion. But there will be more. It's me. Don't ask, don't get, and all that jive. So, good old sewers. Now, something that Norb told me about, and he was quite right, and I haven't done it because I can see it being taken out of the game, but I'm going to show it off anyway because it is a very valid tactic. Now, I usually just use these gates to shoot through, and that's normally enough for me, because I'm used to scampering away from dangerous situations. It's part of my job as a streamer. But one of the things that you can do, I always open these gates, and as Nobs told me, and as I've probably done before as well, is that you can teleport through them. And by teleporting through them, keeps them locked. And, providing you hit between the bars, you can teleport back through them. Again, I can see them taking this out of the game, but wait, well, let's make use of it. This would be an exploit, not a cheat. Just past the cheese level, though, as we were talking about in the Resi stream before. And that if you can tap... Now, the enemies can't penetrate that gate. They can't come through. So it gives us somewhere to retreat back to that is completely safe, and we can't get our face stoved in by the enemies. But... I don't like that. But hey, if you are getting used to the game and getting new to it and so on... Hello! Look at you with your little pot on your head! Never thought I'd see one of those on stream. Is it a pot? No, he's got one of the little Light Brigade hats on. Maybe he was a Light Brigade soldier once. It feels so fitting now that I know that it's a Light Brigade soldier hat to shoot him. very, yeah. See, this is part and parcel of the reason, I suppose, why Norb has to embrace it. Is it's all about that short range. Rat in the hat, indeed. It's all about that short range power and that kind of slow reload rate. Well, that's a bit wild. So again, we can do the same here. If we can get it so we can just see his head, if he has a higher elevation than us, we can shoot him. And do they now? No dirty rat's ever going to get close enough for me to find that out, if I'm honest. But again, note how, and you've got to be careful when they duck and change their position. But if you can get it to a point where you can just see their head from a lower elevation, you're pretty safe. Right, talking of pretty safe, let's go back here. Gonna have a battery check. Hello, Jules. How are we doing? Right, battery change. That one there. That one there. Oh, I hear someone walking. Can you not? I'm changing the battery. Just in case anybody was thinking or asking or anything along those lines, I absolutely adore this battery switch thing. I never have to end a stream when I don't want to, or I can really push the timings out on them, which is nice. Although, as we have talked about, I like to edit my streams so they've at least got an intro and an outro, and edit the outside bits off, and then we get our after parties because of that. But there is a time, and I don't know what it is yet, and I'm going to try and work it out and try and get Indy's help on this as well. I think if it's got to be under 6 hours. If a stream is over 6 hours, I don't think I can edit it on YouTube, and that matters. So although I can stream infinitely, might have to temper it down a little bit, but we're at least streaming this until I can get to the end and try and crash the game. It'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure. Anything through here? No. No, we definitely want that. These little things can be a good place to get some elevation and hide away from enemies. However, enemies can get up here. Yes, please. Now that I've got everything unlocked. Oh, nice one. I didn't know I had something like that. I usually just check the what's it called, if I'm honest. I usually just check the main menu, but yeah, it might not be. I'd love to have it displayed on a hand, like IDU does. But again, I don't need it, so. Right, we know what to do with this for some extra souls. Hey, ratty boys. Get a load of him. Get a load of that guy. Now they've got to hit it. Oh, god damn. God be damned. They've got to hit it. They didn't hit it. Bloody exploits. They've got to hit it, and its life bar to show up for us then to be able to kill it and get bonuses holes out of it. As we were talking about earlier, Laurent, these are all of these little things that you can do that really stack up. Oh, hello. Oh, some terrible shooting that. Bloody terrible. Get rid of you. Ow. We have got health, that's fine. Where did those two go? Something around the corner for a goddamn town meeting. Yeah, there they are. Look. Do note, grenadiers, you can throw their grenades back at them. You don't have a lot of time. Be warned. I should really demonstrate, but I don't want to. Yeah. That's the easiest way to get the achievement, kill a grenadier with grenades. Oh, that was too close. The radiuses of those have got worse as well. Oh. Bigger. That's one. Quick little looty. Oh, hello. Yeah, we'll take that now. Pop one of those on the side, just so we remember. Do we need that? Yes, we do. Sort out this last guy. Again, it's another reason why I kinda don't like the crystal lures or lures. What I'm trying to do here, because it can lure enemies towards you, and they're more likely then to kind of push your shit in. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about, and I might have tried it, and it's one of the problems that I have as someone who does a bit of streaming now, is that there's also, when you start adding additional programs, you can start having problems. Even just putting the whole, removing it so that the... Why is the sewer gone black? But even putting it on so that my... Occasionally you'll see when I left my headset, when I forget to put it on, that the screen will go black for you guys. And I need the ability to do that without it doing that, just in case my speech to chat doesn't translate very well, or says something weird, and I need to double check it. It's like not being racist or anything, you know, it's just really bad translations or what have you. And even turning off the fact that the screen powers down when it's exposed to light. I'm trying to think what it is, proximity sensor or something along those lines. Even turning that off can have ramifications on things like battery life, streaming, and the more little things that you tweak and change and do and add can all add up to, you know, I know already that streaming drains more battery, a lot more battery. Let's just make sure. Can I get anything out of you? Oh! Maybe it did count as the rat hitting it, but, you know, there's some extra souls. We're happy with that. Lovely. So, yeah, I don't use lures for anything anymore because they're not good enough now. There was a time when they were invincible and they were amazing for every boss. Now they're such a short distraction that I don't think they're worth it. However, some bosses, if you can set those decoys up correctly and behind cover, because the boss can't kill them and they focus all their attention on them, they become very useful. Do I know all of those places? No, because I don't use the decoys, but they are there and they can still be quite powerful. Now, this tells me that bad things have probably happened quite close here. Hello, you. Here, take this. Ugh. Well, it's worth more than that. Oh, and it's a level 3 as well, so that's I mean, do you want to keep hold of this for me? Because, you know, if I put it down somewhere, I'll probably fucking lose it and never find it again. But, okay, well, thank you for your service. Let's hope we don't get our shit pushed in. Don't you go around. Don't get all feisty. These are my kills. Whoa, look at, no wonder he died on there. Look at the health on this boy. Jesus. Each one of those little red pips. Get out of the way, otherwise you're going to get one in the face. Oh, you fucking idiot. Right, now what I am going to do here is I'm going to let him continue to employ Operation Human Shield. Kind of hoping that he takes... One of the things that you can do in these situations when you're dealing with NPCs that have got a lot of health and you want to kill them, and you maybe don't have as much damage output as I have, or as many things, or you don't want them running the risk. There's something that's quite similar to an SKS, but no, not an SKS. There's what could be arguably attributed to something similar to an SKS in this. I think the STG-44 isn't far off. So we don't want him putting the finishing shot on things, but we also don't want to make him a difficult fight for ourselves. We just want the kill on him. The more headshots we get, the more experience we get. He is on our side. He seems to be having a bit of a time over there. What were you... Whoa, wait, whoa, 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 don't point that fucking thing at me. It's supposed to be on my... Stop it! God, it's like playing with Indy. Jesus Christ. Got that killer instinct on. So... it has helped us out a little bit there. Always load your weapon, kids. So, right, are you happy now? Is that you? You can stops backing out. Right, let's get this sorted. These, as I said before, these are the souls of other players that have died in these positions. Take note if you are in the not-so-random element of the game, because that guy may have gone through, opened that gate, pulled back to here, and that huge health pool enemy came through, and he just didn't have enough to finish him. Anyway, we're not worried about his gun, because I'm not going to test that now, and we're not too worried about him. Hang on, that means there's a mage about, I think. Just put you down quick. Alright, let's try that again. We'll wait for that because we want to get that a good first shot off on him as well, because he's got a big health pool. Each one of the little dots underneath them represents a full energy bar. Let's get one of these off as well. Yeah, thankfully, I mean, there was a pretty good chance that we would paralyze him anyway, because we've got a huge paralysis chance. So that was kind of inevitable. But, like, he's worth as much, probably more, than a standard enemy. You know he's getting killed. Oh, great level design. Jesus Christ. Now, thankfully, we've got the ability to teleport. But, yeah, that's not the greatest of seeds, really, is it? Still want to be careful there. Oh, he says, leaping blindly into the loot. Yeah, let's check this side as well. Always be careful of these volcanoes. Even when a level says it is clear, they can still hold a rat inside them. Naughty, naughty Funkatronic. They lie. Turn the sewers into a house of lies. Sunstrike train, not bad. Sunstrike 30% on any shot. That's actually really good. Enemy kill 10% paralysis next shot. Anything that is kill an enemy to get a chance of doing something on the next shot is bad. Anything that is plus percentage chance on any shot is good. Sunstrike chain chance, that's not bad. This just means that we're going to be doing more damage quite regularly. This means we're going to be doing a little bit of damage to nearby targets. So I'd rather take that for now with what we have in mind. Don't need these, do I? Min-maxing. Don't mind me. You can use these gates. It's very difficult for them to shoot through at you, but quite easy for you to shoot through at them. I think that's a buying one. If you don't have to go through these traps, don't. The way to avoid these traps is you need to be ducking before you teleport up there. However, I'm not 100% confident that that'll actually work, so because you'd have to teleport whilst ducking. So let's tidy up the back of the level and head on into the rest of it, because we're still a little bit short on the ammo situation. Oh, is that a separate? It is. Okay, this could be a bit difficult, so we're going to make use of some magic. See if I'm going to hit him. Damn. Good old homing shot. Again, note the position. Oh, you shit. Had to do it. Need you to move. There we go. Now, he is very likely to try and push my shit in. But again, got to be aware of those as well. I mean, I do have plenty of health. But again, be aware of my positioning. I'm trying to keep the cover of his on his right and my cover to my left, so that his gun's kind of blocked by his cover and I've got open access to shots. If he can return fire on me, he will, and he more than likely won't move, because he thinks that he's indie VR with these rifles and that he can land that shot when it's next to impossible, and it's just not the case. Just not the case. Not in this game, anyway. Don't like surprises, thanks very much. Is that a rat? Dirty little rat. No. Ah, yeah. At least they don't do much damage. Those ones are homing. They don't do a massive amount of damage, but you got to check those, like I didn't. You got to check your corners and you got to check above, especially on sewers. They will quite easily tax you for life. Oh, that's a good one over there, isn't it? Oh, yes, lovely. Right, so again, let's leave that on the side. We're going to come back this way, and we'll chew on that a little bit later just to get all of our health back. We can take a few more hits now before we would grey screen it, so let's make use of that. We know that that thing's going to put us to full health. We also don't have any health, so we're kind of relying on making use of those things. Okay, now we do. Now I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to make use of that, and then I'm going to have that on the way back. I can never help myself. I'm always going to get those. Now this is an interesting choice, and I would have said value-wise this isn't as much as that. But there's a chance that we'll get a card out of that and a choice of 3, and it could be a good one. Now, I don't think any of these I can add to that, so something's got to give. Again, I could carry that into the boss, but that's another stream. No worries, Sean. No, that's fine, mate. That sounds a lot more interesting than watching me stream. That one definitely wants to go on there. And then if I remember rightly, I think, but again, there's a lot of information, I need to write it all down. I think attachments are better than charms in most circumstances if they are the same rarity. So let's get the key down. But there, let's go. Now, right, there was a little bit that we can do here, and now that we have got full life, I'm a little bit more confident doing it. So you do need to duck this. So duck it first before you come up, and then get right to the edge, and then you need to be super, super low, like they've made this so you have to get lower, and even then I still got hit. For nothing! God, be damned. Oh, I didn't actually take any damage though. Lucky me. There we go. I do like those traps though. It reminds me of that old TV show that I keep on bringing up, the British one, Nightmare. Fucking brilliant. Every Dungeoneer died to those. Every single one. Go to your left, No, you're on the left, Oh. Ooh, nasty. Shit. Yeah, you can teleport through them. I've had times where I've taken damage by teleporting through those. I've also found as well the ground spikes. The ground spike on one of those, if you duck and your face is near the ground spikes, even when they are retracted, you can still get hit by them. Very cheeky. Very cheeky indeed. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a hitbox detection problem. Don't think it's as intended. Oh, there we go. Area clear. So there couldn't possibly be any rats in this volcano. Oh, no, it's actually not. But again, always be aware of... Ooh, lovely. Up to 46. Nice. We haven't got anything to go back to. We've got a lovely belt of selection of things and stuff. Let's see. I mean, let's test it. Because the thing is, although it may be easy enough to take these things through, I don't know where they're going to be. Oh, wrong one. Or right one. Too far away. Let's take this through and see where it lands. As I said, I've been told that VR Matters tested this and it works. I know it works for the shop. I've done that for a while, and it's one of the things. As soon as the loading screen comes in, if you're a grip to holder like I am, you can let go, safe in the knowledge that it will come with you to wherever's next. Now the other problem is you kind of need to know where they are, otherwise you're going to end up scrabbling around in the fucking dirt for them. So like I was saying, Laurent, now I know we've lost a life and I've in essence added probably what 25 grand onto that, but so if I took that off, we'd be at the level that you were saying about now, and we've got some big levels coming up that give you a lot of souls and a lot of opportunity, and I'll hopefully show you how far we can push this, because even having lost a life early, that can we say that it was intentional when it fucking wasn't? But again, it's another thing that I like about this game as well, is I don't want any run, regardless of the things that I get, to be kind of like a guarantee. Like, oh, I'm definitely going to complete it this time through. Because it adds that little edginess bit to it, doesn't it? That you might not quite fucking finish it every single time you put it on, which is good. And it is the hardest difficulty, so shouldn't be. Now, something they have added for you players of the game already, this room has been updated. Oh, I need to check the other one as well. This technique, learn it, going up slopes. They sometimes put the, I don't think there was any chests in here, but there can be gold in here. So do check around. I check around in every update because the devs put things in. This room has recently been updated, so there are now things to collect in it. They are up here. There never was anything up here before, I can tell you, because I checked. We'll possibly keep that for later, but I'm likely we'll find one. Remember, we want to be... Ooh, that's a point. Okay, let's keep that and that. Juggling all these fucking items. Right. Can they go there? There, lovely. Alright, come back for them. Where were they again? Lovely, lovely. Now, up here or up there, and you can get to both of them quite easily, there is now a chest here. Normally it's an item, not a card, but that one's a one we want. That's quite good, but headshots are what we're going for, so we don't really want to be doing additional damage for headshots. But then I suppose the argument is Sunstrike's effects, and yeah, we're increasing the amount of Sunstriking we're doing. But corruption just puts general damage up, but not as much, I don't think. Yeah, well, let's go for that one. All the nice little effects. Lovely, lovely. Right, that's that, that's that, that's that. Don't think there's anything up there. There's not anything up there because I've checked previously. Got the one over there. Let's grab these, put them on a barrel over here as we go in to face the boss. Put them on this barrel and then try and remember them. The grenade doesn't matter so much, the charm does. Now this boss has changed. Note how there are only now 2 of those activated. Previously you had to destroy all 4. Now you have to be selective about the ones that you go for. I have found since they've made this change that this boss can crash more often than not, but or more often for me. But you can quit and go back and unglitch it. So we need to pull this one. The new thing that they have added is little rat boy. This is why the pistol is now all of a sudden useful to me. There is a rat every time you pull a lever. Need that one and that one, and kill the rat. Must remember to kill the rat. Damn it! Ow! There we go. Now let's see whether, so we need top and other side top. Let's kill some rats, get us some souls, stops her healing. Again, that sideways hand for these designated points I find better. Stops you teleporting into the swamp as often. I nearly always do, because it's easily done. Oh, you bugger. That's a Homer as well. Where'd he go? Where's the rat gone? He's disappeared. Never mind then. Don't need to deal with it. And then this one is the other one that we want. Pull that. Kill the rat in the kitchen. Deal with you. Kill the big ones as well. It's worth more souls and it stops her eating them, which regenerates her health. And what last two have we got? We've got this one. Kill the rat. Oh dear. And that one over there down there. Always go along the tops. I find it easier and more reliable to teleport. Have your gun loaded and ready with your attachment before you pull the last lever of the ones that are in combo. Ow. Ow. Here's a chance. Ow. Stop it. Don't you dare. Oh, it's just quick draw McGraw in me. And never go to that middle platform. I was getting gooed over there. So, again, empty. Make sure you have one in the spout. Make sure you pick up all the ammunition. Make sure there is at least a full one going in here. Make sure you do the same with your pistol. And take it one step further. Load the weapon. Eject the magazine so that you have one in the spout. You've got one extra. And no, it doesn't seem like a lot, but that one bullet might be the difference between you taking a hit or not. And that one hit might be the difference between you dying or not. And we don't like dying. Not if we don't have to. Now, I'm on the lookout now for these, for souls, because these new rats that have been added to this boss drop them. And remember, each time we're exploding... Oh, check your pistol ammo. Each time we're exploding those boxes, it's worth souls. Again, not worth a lot, but it all adds up and multiplies by a lot. Laurent will tell you the exact number. Now that blue grenade, normally I would keep hold of, but we've got one. We've got our 2 hands full. Well, we've got both hands full already without blue grenades. But I would still do this because it's worth extra souls. Again, not a lot, but all adds up. Even when this glitch, because I have been told that it is a glitch, even when this double up glitch gets removed, this is still the best way to play for souls. It's a bit riskier, and you won't get much more out of it, but every little is a little bit more, which allows you to level up the character a little bit more, potentially, allows you to make you a little bit more powerful, give you an easier time at the game, or push up to a higher difficulty and be able to get more. Check all of these little platforms as well, because there's boxes on all of them. Did we go up the top? I think we did. Check them all, smash them all. Hulk it. All good, all done. Now, right up at the things. Here they are. So, don't need that, do need that. Pray for Mojo here. Put this so it doesn't get absorbed. Did it. Thank you. Oh, I should have had a look for that, but I'll... in fact, I'll go back for that in a minute. Let's kill... yeah, it should still be... Oh, no, it's going to be locked now, isn't it? Never mind. All right, thank you for that, dude. I will check that on another time. Right, we want to kill this guy. Again, full ammunition. Activate this. If you get too close to his little circle thing, he will teleport away. We want to hit him. We want to make sure his rifle is out. And I think it is. Because we want his rifle. Lovely. Thank you for your service. Ooh, min-max into the min-max. Look at that. That can stay right there. Lovely. Min-max into the min-max. Extra souls for Sun's Embrace. That's probably not going to proc off because our Sun's Embrace is a very short range and we want to be dealing with things with headshots at range. But we will take it anyway because it is in line with what we're looking at doing. Just keep giving me just one more. Well, at least I don't need to go back now. Now let's leave all of that there and see how far back I can go. That shouldn't disappear. I told them to do this because if you go much further back than this, the rest of the level is now de-rendered and you can walk through it and it looks a bit rubbish. So, okay, so now at least I know where that goes. Hopefully I haven't lost my very expensive rifle. No, lovely, lovely. So, again, full. Every chest is going to be open on this run. And we've got all of this stuff as well. Happy day. And already we've got so much money we don't know what to do with it. And this is potentially the last time we're going to get to spend it all. So let's go. And then as soon as the loading screen... I mean, you can let go before then. But once the loading screen's up, you can let go. Right. Quick slug of water. Anyone in the chat ever got a donation from me or seen me? I think someone put a picture up. One of the things that I will say is if you see somebody on your follow list, they have a green name with a little dot on them. I saw Mr. Fisher's corpse the other day, I think it was. Don't know if it was his corpse or his spirit, one of the two. I'm sure he was very happy about that. Now then, let's pick up my goodies. Now, one of the things I can't remember is, note how putting the rifle in only garnishes me 400, but even a standard charm is less than that. And it's because it doesn't register the things that are on the rifle. And I believe it's the same with sale price as well. Jam that in there. Rifles are a little bit of a tricky one, because you have to get them just right, and then you have to be careful that you don't knock them with other things. So, them. Aren't you guys lucky that I think about you and give you all this cool stuff? Huh? Now, one of the other things that I will say, never go and sell your things at that pool until you have finished with your keys. The amount of times that I've picked something up, a key up by accident when tossing something into the wishing well for sale and throwing a key in, and that's real bad. Anyway, floppy tosser key edition, begin. Damn. And ready, one. Damn. Can you make it 2 for 3? Yes. 2 for 3. Can you go for a longie? No. I've never... Oh, there you go. Never lost keys doing that, but I'm sure it'll happen one point. 20% blessed shot after next kill. No, no, no. All of these are after enemy kill. I hate after enemy kill. So in that circumstance, I'll take the rarest one, which is a 2-star blue. 3-star is the rarest. They are purple. Remember to smash these. Let's go and put that with Jude. Bonus damage, health drain. We do need to up our damage a little bit so that we don't get absolutely destroyed by the boss. But I don't want to be damaging to everything. I want to be damaging to individual targets. Be careful with that. There we go there. Now, what you got for us, Judy? Crystal of Light. Bam, we're having that. Now, I might have to take some things back so that I can afford to buy everything, because that would be the way. Now, let's have a look. Crystallization, 10% ignore damage. Normally I wouldn't take that, normally I'm not interested in that, but it's a freebie. I'll take it, I've got plenty of money. Potent Sun, extra headshot bonus damage. I don't really want to be doing it, but it might not be a bad shout. So we'll take those two. We'll then... Oh yeah, I could have sold those. Let's take the rest. There we go. Yeah, no worries, Vaughn. Thank you very much for running the key giveaway for us. Thank you kindly. Yeah, I've got another hour yet, so you crack on, mate. And that's there. There. Go in there like that. Got anything left on the pistol? No. And we don't need any of this. We don't really need money at this point. The only thing that could come up is there might be a couple of things that we could buy, or good old Jude might... see, that one's come up. Good old Jude might come up in another instance between now and the last level, but I don't think there's enough for him to do so. But we want to make sure we have a little bit of money with us, so we'll use Jude's rifle and sell it when he's dead. Yeah. I didn't mean it, Jude. Right, let's get this. Good 20k's worth of souls there. That'll be like times, I think Laurent said 64, so previous to that would be times 32. So that's a lot of souls right there overall. Right, make sure we get our heal in, because there wasn't a stone heart there. You can do that as many times as you like. Oh, and here's another one. Forgot about this. Doesn't matter if a magazine is full or empty. Still worth 10 gold. It's just like those empty paper boxes. The bloody vendor in Into the Radius doesn't get a say as to whether it takes an empty box for $3 or not. Now, again, gotta wait for him to draw that rifle. There he goes. Now we can shoot. Kicking out some decent damage now. I like it. 8 bullets left in that one. Still worth 10 gold. Let's get us loaded. Now, it's at this point where if I had reason to, I would get rid of the pistol. But there's not really much point because I'm not shy on cash for anything. And I wouldn't be worried about using this to collect items on in the last levels because I'm not aiming to get to a shop again. So you can throw that in there and get money for it. However, I don't need to, and there's the possibility that I might get things that I can donate to players later on. So I'll keep that, so I kind of, in essence, give myself more inventory space. I will also take this. And I will also do that. I always like to inspect these as... He has! Has he? Or has he? Does that mean it's got one on, but I can't activate it? Don't know. Yeah, there you go, see? Occasionally, his rifle is worth more, and I think it's because it's got attachments, but they're not removable and don't show for the player. So, you know, Jude's rifle, though, was worth a K, and I don't know why. So, we've got... Let's have a look. What's the status? State of play is we have 6 more areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would have said there's 5 areas that I know. There's 2, not Abyss. What's it called? It's not Abyss. Can't remember. But there's 2 areas. Then there's another 2. Then there's the boss area, which means that that would take us up to 18. So that means that we should have a Jude encounter between now and the boss, I think. Because, yeah, 4 levels between us and the boss, and then the boss himself. But we'll go up to 40 when we come in here. Well, we'll see. Ashen Depths, thanks, Fee. You know, I play this game enough. You think I'd remember these things? I always call it Abyss. That's my problem. Wonder why. So yeah, basically at the moment, as stands, I've got 4 lives. I've got 150,000 souls. That 150 will double to 300. That 300 will go to 6. That 6 will go to 1.2 million. That 1.2 million will go to 2.4. And then that's not... Yeah, it is. It's a great level. The only problem is things don't render in before enemies, and that's annoying because you can end up shooting enemies that have got cover in front of them, and it happens more and more often on this level. And this opening bit can be absolutely horrible, so we're going to make sure that we don't die by getting some magic involved. Always selling it high, it's more likely to come down on the enemies and do the good stuff. And I'm not going to worry too much about getting all the headshots, because lovely gentlemen like this one make a habit of, like, proper getting in your face on this level, regardless of the updates. So you take them out, and treat it like a pit, IDUers. We secure our safe space. We've got somewhere to retreat back to. That's always a good thing. I mean, that's always a good thing in any game like this, where you can put distance between you and your enemy. That's good. Did I sell all the pistol ammunition? Bad form. Oh, no, I did. So look at that. I only picked up 1 pistol ammo, and they've given me 2. You can do, if you're confident enough as well, you can do the same with your rifle and bin it all off, knowing that you will get given 2 clips for any weapon that you have. So 2 clips for the pistol, 2 clips for the rifle. Now, this is the same as somebody who is got spears through them. Any corpse or any body that you see, pray. They worth souls. So just like when I kill them, they're also worth it when I pray for them. I am a very warped and twisted boy. But can't kill them. Only you could. Now, again, we have to be super duper careful here, because there is a lot of enemies behind us, and these will spawn as we kill these. So we've got to be very careful. Yeah, careful. Look at it. By careful, I mean we want to make sure that we have high capacities in our mags before we put the kill on, because one of these could crack and we might be low on ammunition when it happens, and then you really have to fucking scoot. Nope, nothing cracked yet. I could play this a lot safer, but I think we'll be alright. I can run if needs be. That's one. Damn it. Almost. So we'll come back a little bit. What we'll find is now that we've got one in that area, more will spawn in that area. These tough ones, because I know I've got effects that will paralyze them, I'll put plenty of shots into them, not necessarily in the head. Damn it. Just to make sure I get the paralysis off like I did with him. It's not a risky tactic because I got a high probability of actually getting paralysis off here like I have with him. You also want to be quick on your reloads as well. When they quicker than that, when they are paralyzed, so that you can get more headshots on them quite easily. Alright, now so we've cleared out this back area, so that's a bit safer. Bugger. Just getting finished up. I think there's one more. Again, homing charm I think is the best. Simple shot up. I didn't even realise there was one behind us. Where did that go then? I didn't even think the game realised there was one behind us. Definitely one over there, and I can hear one patrolling. Where are you at? Where are... Oh. Now, one of the other things that I have found, there are caves down here sometimes. Got to be aware of them. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen them before and that they're a new addition. I'm hoping we see one tonight. They usually have quite a bit of loot in them. Where is this guy? I can hear him. I think there's a cave. I don't know where the entrance is. Damn. Or there is the potential that it's one that's caught underground. That does happen too, unfortunately. Alright, let's get these tidied up because we're almost finished here. One of the other advantages that you have by getting rid of your pistol is if you don't have a thing, the game won't give you ammunition for a thing. Oh, crap's sake. That doesn't hurt you anymore. But this is the problem with doing the trigger to pull ammunition in all the time, is occasionally you'll get into a rhythm and then you'll set one off. Yeah, I have found that myself. I mean, the thing is, though, I wouldn't go as far as to say always, because I found I fucking did it again. Don't want these anyway. I found like there's some structures that you can get up to if they've got these about, and that you can get up onto those. But there's like a new structure that's been added, which is like a, well, I suppose it looks like a bit of a mini guardhouse or something like that. And if it's got these to the sides of it, you can get up on top of them and then on top of it and get all the juicy stuff that's up there. If it hasn't got those things, then you can't, and that's really annoying as somebody who wants to get all the things and the stuff. Right, did we take any hits there? Only a little tiddler. But yeah, you might be right. There might be a rock for me to jump out onto to then jump into a cave. I don't think it's going to be there, though. Let's have a look around. I'd like to actually show one off because I only saw it the other day, and as I said, I usually check for these things. It's not like that secret. You know, if you're looking down there, the entrance is usually quite pronounced. I think that's either a bad secret placement, which happens again in procedural generation stuff, and that's why I know it's been added recently as well, because it won't fit into the algorithm quite as nice, or they will need to accommodate for it, and the only way they can accommodate for it is by testing, and that's what we're doing, people. So yeah, if it is there, yeah, no, that's cool, mate. Again, I've found the same thing as well. Like, for instance, there was one in Abyss. There was one in one of the boss levels, those 2 boss levels that are always set. There's often a chest really high up and you can't get to it. And I then saw VR Matter post on the Facebook group and say, oh, look, you can get up to it. And it's like, yeah, but that was only recently added. They put some stepping stones in. You could get up to it before the stepping stones were in, but you had to airwalk all the way there, and it took bloody ages. So, no thank. Well, I still did it because it's a card. So, or a chance at a card. Filthy Loot Goblin whore. But there you go. So, we're not far off of it now. For those of you hardcorers that are still here, well done. We're close to seeing the game potentially crashing. Or at least, I tell you what, when all the level ups go off together, it's like a fucking flashbang for me. So I'll warn you when. Might have to have some closing of the eyes. Do note with these guys as well, the ones that have that pink spiky stuff on, that's armor. Oh, I knew you had an angle then. Armor you can shoot and it does break, but it obviously reduces damage. There are cards that are inclined to do additional damage to it or take chunks of it off. The one thing that I found that then makes magical damage better than physical damage, his magical damage seems to be applied regardless of where you hit on them, other than the head, and armor. Oh, load the gun. Helps, wouldn't it? This is a classic example that I can't see the cover. Again, it's something they're aware of. Whether it's a limitation of the headset or not, I don't know. Oh, uh-oh. That's not good. Get back. Oh, get back. That was close. This is why you shouldn't be trying to min-max the headshots on them when they're getting close. But I'm still going to do it anyway. Let's take some health off of them. And again, this is why I think magic is a very useful thing. It's quite often you can trim enemies down to a manageable amount of health for nothing. See what I mean? Use the health. Well, kind of did need to, but anyway, right, we're going to put this back here. Nope, we're going to take it with us. Fuck 'em. Carry it a little bit with us. Not too far. Then we're going to put that down somewhere so that we can activate it later. You can put it down anywhere, but ideally you want to put it on a surface so that you remember about it Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. I thought they might have been able to sort that out. That's not a great place. I'll lose that one. What about here? There we go. Lovely. As long as you don't drop it too far, it won't smash. And as long as you remember to fucking bring it back. I hope you're still here, weebs. Or somebody. Fia will remember. Al will remember. Someone will remember, even if I don't, I'm sure. Putting these... I like this. And like putting them at a high angle, the homing's really good on these, and it doesn't, even if it's not that great and there's an enemy in the way, it's unlimited shots, so it doesn't really matter even if you do miss, or even if they do miss. Yeah, again, it's a limitation of the tracking. No, that's right, we're area clear. I'm going to go back for it now. So, again, this is like one of those solid tactics for making sure that you don't use your resources. But we're up to 48 now, so we're not doing too bad. I've had, you can get those hearts in a +5 format. I've had a few of those in a run when I've been doing the heavy assault, and you can get your health up to silly amounts. Yeah, so I think they've... I do get that, but I think they've... Either it's been an oversight on their part, or it's just sort of some sort of limitation. I don't understand the whole game development thing, or the coding, or the programming. There are people that will probably be able to tell us why it's done, but I would imagine it'll be something to do with the way the game works and the architecture that it supports will be limited in what you can do off screen. Like, I can't even grab a clip from there until I actually look at it. Now, I know other games can do that, but then they've been built and coded differently, and I would imagine that might be part of the problem. As I said, it might be an oversight. I don't know. Maybe the developers want us to look at a thing before we pick up a thing. It might be part of the whole grab system that we have with the dots on, or something along those lines. There'll be a reason. These guys don't seem like the sort of people that would oversight something like that. But then they might be trying to, for those of us who haven't got... Oh, that's 11 o'clock. For those of us who haven't got things that have got amazing tracking, it might be a counter to make sure that everybody's tracking is at least the same, and the game experience is the same for everybody. Right, we got all of that, didn't we? 174,000, doing all right. I'd want so, like I was saying to you earlier, Lauren, this is actually quite a bad run. I haven't got any of the cards. I think the one where I've got a picture of it somewhere. I don't need to prove it, but the one that I got 6.6 million on, and I think it translated to about 11 million when I traded it all in. I had the +25%. I had at least one instance of the +25%. But as you said, and I know, you can get multiple. And also you can get ones that give like +25% souls for enemies killed. So, you know, yeah, it can get like exponential real fast. So, we're almost there. The last 2 levels. Now we're going to treat this level normally. It's the next one. I better have a check actually, because I haven't since they changed it. Do remember you used to be able to get up on these corners. Nope, they've changed that. Oh, why do they take away the nice things? Oh. Yeah, there we go. This will be a guaranteed purchase now from Ruth. I tell you what, if you could get onto the arches, onto the roof and walk around up there, Miss Foster would be the new guru for this game and not me. Just like me, she loves all of that shit. Right. So, can't explore too much, and there's nothing around there anyway. Oh look, they either tried to sculpt his cat or a turd? I don't know. One of the two. So, oh, they've changed this to stairs. I think that used to be a slide, didn't it? Can't remember. So, there is what I'm talking about. And before they actually put the blocks in leading up to them, you had to airwalk out through this bit, and then do that forward-backward technique that I've been showing off on the Pico. to get all the way out there. And yeah, it takes bloody ages. Now, the enemies are highly geared, can end you very quickly, so we don't want to do as much pissing around with them. Do note, oh, there's two, thought I had two. You, sir, are priority. Oh no, don't you see? Lovely. Note as well how my magic procs off my effects. You can paralyze with magic, often a very good way to do it. Ooh, that's very expensive. But, is that the good one? Nope, that's the shit one. Oh, well, let's put it on there, it might be useful for somebody. But look at the level of stuff that I'm getting as well. This is what I love about the rifleman. I've had a golden barrel, I've had a golden one of those, and I think I had a golden something else as well. We had the gold, the equivalent of a golden crystal from old Jude, which I believe is part of this character build in rarity of items. Right, let's go and get the good stuff before we kill anything else. So that one card that I was saying about, which increases the amount of, so we're going up there, increases the amount of souls you get from killing enemies. This is why you always try and get those. Don't risk yourself to do it, but if you're at a point now where I can continue on into the level and kill, or go up here and get this, and get this first, because, come on, give me it, give me it, give me it. Damn it, can't prove my point. Sun's Embrace additional damage, no. Sunstrike distract chance, yes. Anything that, see, this is enemy kill, that kind of goes in within our parallax build, our fucking hell, the thing that stops things moving around build, but it's on enemy kill, and the next shot could apply it. The garbage, that I don't even bother with them. You could build a class around it, but you'd have to be very precise. It's more of a sniper thing, and I'm not sniping. This one, additional damage, you don't really want to be doing that. Distraction is cutting down the enemies. Yeah, I know, right? Been going too long, I'm starting to give myself a stroke. My eyes must be burning out of my sockets. Give me heart palpitations. But yeah, the what was I saying? Distraction chance is the equivalent of blind that you can get with Twilight, as far as the stack is concerned, as far as cards and such. I've got all the battery, mate, all of it. Why, are you thinking what I'm always thinking right now? After yesterday? This is bad. This, we don't want to concern ourselves with headshots whatsoever. And if he's going to take some distance, happy days. The reason why this is bad is because these can be a horrible combination. Now, what I'm trying to do is keep them both paralyzed and try and deal with them quickly, because one can heal another, and even when one is, I'll take that because I need to keep shots on him. Even when one is not healing another, see how he's trying to regen his mate? Gotta deal with two. When you've got two mages together, especially high level ones, you gotta deal with them fast. I hope for yours and my sake, you've got something like Twilight or Paralysis, or you can put a lot of damage down onto them. Pairs of these are, and I use this word lightly, cunts in this game. Absolutely, positively. They can end games, and the reason why they can end games is not for the reason that you would think, in that they are hard to deal with and they're going to kill you. They can end games in respect to the fact that you can bin through so much goddamn ammunition because they're proccing off of each other and healing and yeah, I know, right? Oh, I don't care. Healing, and not for live streams anyway, healing and doing all the bits and pieces. Hey, wait. Damn it. Gotta be careful here as well. It would be nice if you didn't have to look. I should have a word about that. Yeah, I think we've got like a 30% chance of that actually proccing off the paralysis now, maybe even 40%. So it's actually not as risky as it looks to bin a load of headshots into those, because on average 4 shots should paralyze. That's a bit of an inefficient reload. Yeah, so they're not difficult because of the reason they look, but because they can constantly heal you, heal themselves, heal... Oh, no, they can't heal themselves, they can heal each other, and they can resurrect each other and others. If you don't deal with them quick, you can find yourself tearing through your ammunition, and if you're not killing enemies, then you're not getting any more, and then you get to the point where you run out of ammunition, you're then boned. There's no way for you to get any more ammunition, and for that reason, they're cunts. Now, these ones are not to be taken lightly either. That one, if I'm right, is a stug gunner. He's got the same rifle that the assault class has, and we all know how fucking powerful that is. So, again, don't waste your time with these, even if they're low level. Ah, dear. Can't help himself. If it's a case of picking from... Yeah, that's a possibility, actually. But it only picks... Yeah, it might be that. You literally can't pick up anything. Oh, you can pick up your wand without looking at it. Oh, no, you can't do that. You literally can't pick up anything without looking directly at it. Again, I think it might just be a limitation to cover up what could potentially be seen as bad tracking. Like, for instance, if you can't do it, then in those, like... 10% instances where it doesn't work properly, well, that'll never happen because it'll always work because you're always looking at it. So maybe they do it for, I don't know, consistency? Anyway, area cleared. Right, let the exploits begin. This is where we're going to be exploiting. There are a couple of things that we want to do to prep this as well. So, 187,000. That total is going to be going up as well because we're going to be killing through all of the enemies bar the last one in this stage over and over again. And then we're going to take the risk of attempting the boss with no life, basically. No lives left. But it should be pretty easy. We've got a good build. Yeah, it is, but then, as I said, on the other hand, I've never had an instance now where I reach to my pocket and don't grab an ammunition. So, but then that's, as you said, it is Alien that you have to actually look at it, so that what they gain, they kind of lose. I do wonder if it's an oversight or if it's been put in purposefully. I don't think they do a lot of oversights in this game. The guys who made this definitely had a vision and knew what they wanted to do. Now, these have become a little bit of a bone of contention. Why are they up here? But when you've got to go down that super fun fucking happy slide over there. I'll show you, hopefully, in a minute, how to do it quite easily. Oh, god damn. Gods be damned. Come out. Want the headshots. What was that? Yeah, we're going to have to go around. Yeah, and we want to be hyper aware of where these crystals are. He is a... No, he's not a stud gunner. Hey, paralyzed. Sucks to be you. I always think Twilight's better as well because you seem to always get a lot more instances of Twilight during a run than you do paralysis. Which means... Oh, it doesn't matter. There needs to be 2. Yeah, it's a possibility. As I said, they do a lot of things that they've done in this game on purpose. So, Now, at this point, I'm not really too bothered about health. I have got a med kit, but we're going to be doing a lot of dying now. This is part and parcel of it. Each time we... and see what I was saying about those guys with the helmets. That was a stug gunner. Those guys hit like fucking trucks. Oh, there you go. We've got another health. We'll keep that, though, for hopefully the boss. And... now, these ones, there's no enemies up here. How the hell are we going to get these? Oh, okay, there is one there. Let's make use of this. There we go. All extra headshots. We like it. Uh-oh. If you've got time, wait for your things to come back as well, especially if it's the one that I said about. And if you are on the wrong side, you then have to start doing these little peekies that we've been talking about. You weren't supposed to fall. Doesn't matter, it's only a common soul. Hate losing anything, but there you go. Right, ideally, there's one enemy left up here, or at least one crystal. There is one crystal. So what we want to do when we die, because that's what's happening next, or soon, is we want to die here, because then we don't have to go through too many enemies to get our souls back. If you go down this, it can be quite difficult to get back up. However, you can do it, it just takes ages. Now, something that was pointed out to me, which is a really good idea, is in the settings you can turn off the super fun happy slide and you can just walk up that, which I will be doing today. Because normally I play the pissing around on that game. Takes a while. Anyway, so almost there, and we'll see the first comings together of our little exploit. Now, at this point, it doesn't matter if we die. Hello, Rizal. Karma for killing... No! They were no friends of mine. They were just raw recruits, Rizal. Oh, what have we done there? There we go. Rizal, you might be able to answer this. I'm glad you're back. I was talking about it earlier. On the PSVR 2, because I'd imagine that's the highest resolution and the highest power thing that you've got to play this game, do you get the problem of loot not spawning in, or like boxes like having really like loot boxes and loot crates having really weird draw distances, in that sometimes you can see them from really far away and other times they don't appear until you're almost fucking on top of them? I don't know if that's just a quest thing, or I don't know if that's an overall thing, if I'm honest. That we would take. Oh, look at that. You don't get many of those. Do love these artworks on these cards as well, and that mirrored effect. Freaking awesome. So we're now up to these do stack. Here's a good instance of the word. These do stack, so 20% goes to the other 10%. So we're now 60% chance of a shot hitting and paralysing. That's really good for what we're trying to do. This hasn't been anywhere near as good a build as I've had previously, but we should get a decent amount of souls out of it. Enough to make this game fucking chug, let me tell you. But I've learned some tricks to stop it crashing. I hear a guy. There he is. You've got to be careful that you don't kill everything. Kill the last guy. I don't think... Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you got a 490. So do you find it on the PC as well? But yeah, it's just interesting. So yeah, I could play this game. I find putting your hand out sideways is better. Scrabbling up the fucking drain pipe to get back up there. Why do I do these things? Because I'm not just a loot goblin, but also a min-maxer, and I'm all about the level ups. Damn it. Damn it. There we go, we're up. Now we want to die to this guy. It's tempting to shoot him in the head to at least get a little bit of experience, but if he dies, you know, it ruins what I'm trying to do, so now we die. That was purposeful, people. So, no, we were on about 190,000 rather. Now, the one thing that we don't need to worry about now is killing things and being aware of where the crystals are. Uh-oh, that's not good. Now, this is where the risk comes in. We do not want to be dying here. Thanks, dude. That would be... No, that's cool. Thank you, dude. I would imagine... Let's go to him. I would imagine it is a quest thing, but the reason why I question it is because it's inconsistent. Sometimes the loot boxes render in really far away, other times they render in right next to. And yeah, it's a bit inconsistent is all. Right, now, again, we need to be hyperly aware of we need to make sure we do not kill all enemies. No. Where's my souls? My souls are over there. So I want to try and... I try and leave the guy on the other middle platform open. Is he paralyzed? Yes, he is. I mean, I suppose it's not far off in. It's kind of an SKS. It's just like a shit version of it. It is definitely single fire. It's definitely before an SKS. That is, I can't even remember what it's called now. Yeah, there you go. It's called a Volkswagen Gewehr VG5. So, here's our souls. They are at a lovely 190,000. Now, no, if I pray here, this is going to be a lot of souls coming in. We'll get a bit of chug. Whee, look at that frame rate. Now, if you find when you're doing this, so now we're up to 400,000. If you get a bit of chug doing that, and it can put your quest into a bit of a state, you just need to press the power on off button. Just press it. That'll put your unit into standby mode, and then press it off again, and the chug will go. I know this because I have tested this. The best way to do it is to look away, which... Where's that guy gone? I'm going to do something I never do here and pray. Because it unveils the enemies. I want headshots on him though. But yeah, when you start really min-maxing this... Ow. Please paralyze. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Would you like another? Lovely. Right, now what I'm going to attempt to do is I want to be killed up here, not down there. So for that reason, I'm going to scoot past him and run. And I'm going to go back up there to die in a minute. We just got to do this a couple more times. And then we're all done. The enemies do change when you do this, I have found. Like, for instance, there was no shield guy here earlier. He can be an absolute nightmare. But also because they very rarely open up. Yeah, I've been seeing your streams, dude. They've been awesome. I was watching the But I didn't want to watch, I'll be honest, I didn't want to watch too much because I have every intention to play the new Saints and Sinners one, even though it does look very similar to the first one and recycles a lot of the areas of the assets. But I kind of want to watch it on the PSVR once I've played it through on the old Quest. But I'm hoping to get it on the Pico native, because at least that thing's a little bit more powerful, and maybe it'll make use of. Who knows? You know what? If PlayStation, if PSVR had been wireless, such a little thing, I know, but I know everyone who says like, oh yeah, I haven't missed the wireless and everything. It's like I got off of PSVR for. No, man, it doesn't matter. But hey, look. Hey, right, I can tell you one thing now as a so-called expert on some games. People love failure. Oh, they love failure. They won't tell you they love failure, but oh, they love failure. Hey, it doesn't matter. You're playing the game for them. The way that I look at it, let's try this. Yeah, I don't like it. Right, so the setting that we are looking for here is turn off the super happy fun slide. Yeah, I know people like failure because I like failure. I like seeing people who are good. You know, I don't mind them showing off, but, you know, it's good when they get brought down a peg. Lovely. Or not good. That's not the right term. But I don't mind. I don't mind. Indy is a great example. He is fantastic at Ghost of Tabor. I love seeing him work. I love working with him whilst he's doing it. I also like seeing him getting slotted. Smooth along. Where is super fun happy slide? Allow sliding. If you turn that off, I don't have to play silly games on this fucking ramp. It's actually a comfort setting, but so there we go. So now we can come up here, we can find our man, because we killed everything else. Put a couple in Jinx, he's got quite a big health pool. All extras, not much, but you know, every little helps. Ow. Yowzers. And we go again. Need to be super duper careful at this starting part. So this is the thing that I like with this exploit or cheese. Well, no, it's definitely exploit. Yeah, it seems like quite an oversight on the PlayStation 5 as well that thing isn't detachable, so that if that gets ruined and you can't do anything to get a new one, that's done. I know why they've done it, so that it doesn't detach, but I wish they'd made it detachable. At least then there would have been a hope that it might have gone wireless at some point in the future. Anyway. So yeah, the reason why I like what they've done with the game so far, and that why I think this is quite cool or should be kind of embraced, is for the simple reason that if I die now, all that fucking work's gone. All fucking gone. Oh, is it? I thought I heard someone say, I'm talking about the plug in the actual headset. The one that tethers it to, okay. And then there goes your warranty, right, Rizzo? There you go, see, I'm gonna try to shorten your fucking name. Yeah, there goes your warranty though, isn't it? Which is a bit of a bummer. But I suppose if it's wrecked, you'd have to do it anyway. 2. Right, so again, we'll go for the 2. Leave that guy on the side. Take these ones out first. Use a bit of magic. Try and proc off some effects. Uh-oh. Don't know what my health's at, but I don't want to risk it. Blind firing in this game is definitely a thing. Worst possible fucking thing you could do in probably a real life sort of shooting scenario. Because, well, first and foremost, Yeah, it doesn't matter. We get them all at the end anyway. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. Yeah, well, they can refuse to do the repairs. Say, like, sorry, mate. Just buy it new. Yeah, not having the soul collector at the end can be a problem. But since they updated it, it doesn't matter now. You don't have to deposit. Why is he back? Why are they back in crystals? What are you fucking playing at? It's supposed to be at. Oh, you fucking things. Always get your souls back as soon as possible. Don't do what Donnie Dont's doing right now. Oh, you prick. This guy's going to make it tough to keep an enemy at the top. Also, soft pushes with magic to get those close enemies is just as good. Let's just kill them before they push my shit in. No chances at this stage, thank you very much. Right, we have to be super careful now that we don't die in a really hard to reach spot. Now, again, if I pray to this, this is going to give me 800 odd thousand and it will chug. So, procedure, turn around, pray. Put hand out behind you. So what I'm doing there, has it done it? Yes, it has. What I was doing there is that because it's the right hand that the souls go to. So if you put it close to the souls and look away from the souls, your graphic doesn't have to display on your headset, and so it stops it stuttering and crashing. I haven't had a crash out of this yet, but I can easily see that you would be able to. Now let's get the extra round in the spout out of that one. Pop that one there. Ooh, lovely. Ooh, double lovely. Another thing that happens, again, this will be patched. If you crush a heart on a level and die, when you restart the level on death, you will get the heart again. It will take you up to maximum life and raise the maximum. And it will do that for each one. So if you crush 2 hearts across a level, that's plus 40 in maximum, and died, it would do it. That is definitely a glitch. Yeah, no worries, Steve. These are all... See, the thing is, Lauren, I know you'll do all of this as well, so it's me. And of course I'm going to pass on all the things so that this doesn't become a fucking nightmare, because it already is. Anyway. Oh, we can't even slide... Super fun, happy slide down. So, ideally, we want an enemy to kill us here. Now, we've got to be super careful that we don't kill the last one. So I'm going to have a quick look around. If I die at this point now, it doesn't really matter too much. Now, there is one over there, and he's incredibly weak. This one we can get... Oh, no, we're not going to get any headshots out of him. Let's just get him killed. But yeah, hopefully you might be able to appreciate it as well if you got the bonus soul one that we were talking about, the kill enemy one that we were talking about, and even depowered yourself more so and like stripped all of these attachments because we don't need them. We don't want to be doing much damage. Each headshot is worth 10 souls regardless of the amount of damage done. So we want to be keeping the figures low. So we can get maximum headshots in and get all those extra souls. Because even these are worth going for because it's all doubling up again and again and again and again. And it all adds. Right, that'll do there. Now, ideally, there's one left and he's here. There you are, hello. Please don't get killed. Have that. Now, ideally, I want to kill him over here. Get killed over here. That's right, good man. Tick, 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 tick. Note as well how they track you, but if you move at the last second, it's very much like IDU. in that they're going to see the spark before the shot if you are stood still then, but if you move as they shoot, that's when they can get you. I want to pull back a little bit further. I'd love to be on this ramp before I die. That'd be lovely. There we go. Machine gunners are particularly nasty, not because of the amount of damage. See the +2 max health come in there as well? Lovely, lovely. That's a glitch. That'll be fixed in the next update. Why is it doubling? I don't know. It's something that's got left over. Some integers not carried, something overwritten, something copied, something deleted. What matters is we get double experience. I almost turned that into a Matrix quote then. What matters is where everything happens for a reason. No denying reason, no escaping purpose, because without purpose, we wouldn't be able to get that juicy double experience. I don't know, it's something, it's an error. I had the thread of it before I went up to Pico, and me and Beanie got talking about it, and yes, this will be patched. But the thing is, so it means get your level ups in now for it, and then it'll just mean that you've got a lot of work that could be ahead of you done. The thing is, they're just going to raise the level cap again. I know they are. Trying, mate. Trying, Resolve. I'm trying. Very trying. Ah, shit. Wrong side. Let's go this side. Again, cover in the right spot. Ah, I should have killed one of those. Okay, I'll get him in a minute. Be aware of your ammunition when you're doing this as well. Again, you can snooker yourself here. Bastard. Again, at this point now as well, we are very min-maxing things, but, you know, we've done that up until this point, so what's the fucking stoppers, eh? I better use one of those because we're getting a little bit low. Again, slow pushes over the top with magic. Let the magic do the work. With these, you can literally shoot them straight up and they'll come back down for the headshot. And that little gap is us. Good man, Al. And you're doing that job just fine. And they're not stupid. No question is ever stupid. You think even asking the same question over and over again would piss me off, but as you guys well know on this channel, I love the sound of my own voice. Any excuse to talk is welcome. Where has all that health come from? Jesus Christ. There you go. Whoop. Hey, there we go. Lovely. Hopefully they've got loads of ammunition for us, so I might be a bit shafted. Yeah, plenty. Indy, you won't like this. From what we've discussed, you won't like this because you like to play a game and be done if it's a single player. Like the sort of person that I was talking about before. That's not me. I like to fucking get into these games and exploit the shit out of them. And I'll tell you now, Indy, you ain't got time for this. You've got ghosts to be fucking playing, mate. Right, so this is where it will start to get crash-worthy. Turn around, we pray. Put your right hand out behind you to catch the souls. Look at the chug, people. It's starting to happen. Oh, that wasn't actually anywhere near as bad as it usually is. We are now up to 1.6 million souls. Should really check out the end, actually, because... I've always loved this game. It depends on how long we're into the stream, actually. Because... Ooh, hello. Hello, you. Right, no, there's one more. Did I? No. I gave everybody but you a copy of the game, didn't I? Because you said you wouldn't play it anyway. I can't remember. I did get a lot of copies to give away. They were very generous. With PC VR game codes. Oh, bollocks. Okay, if I want to keep the stream under 6 hours, you might be able to actually help me here, Indy, because you know the stream that you did yesterday? If that was under 6 hours, can you edit that? Can you do the edit thing? Oh, did I? Yeah, because I can't use the Steam keys. Run out of people to give them to. I gave one to Econ, one to Weeble, one to you, and one to Blue, I think. But it was all just to stop you snatching quest keys from my questy audience. That's all it was. So yeah, I'm looking, because I can't find the information online anywhere as to how long a stream that you can have before you can not edit it. The one that I did the other day that was like 6 hours 40 minutes. It is 6, isn't it? I knew I'd read that somewhere. Cool. If we promise to keep my stream under 6 hours, yes, I will come and stream with you. I think I will be even less useful to you than I already am, though, because streaming is gonna have an effect on Ghosts of Tabor. As long as you guys are, you won't be getting any redirects out of me, though, in that case. Did you want to stream it? I'm happy to. That was shit shooting. Yeah, I don't think you will be able. I'm sure as well. I'm sure I've heard from somewhere it's 6. I know after 12, the uploader automatically uploads the VOD, converts it and uploads the VOD, and then starts another one for you. So it almost like slices it in two. I've seen it on like various charity streams and shit. When they go for like 24 hours, like Legend of Total War's done them. Yeah. Yeah, I know my last one, which was like 6.5 hours. It's only because I can't be... Oh, fuck, it's fallen off again. Can't bother putting all those fancy graphics in and all those bits and pieces. Like, you work hard to make the front and back end of your streams look good straight off the bat. I don't. I just try and build into the editing process because I'm fucking lazy. Although we both know my my intros are legendary, so as are my outros. I was well pissed off that I stumbled on... I can't remember what word I stumbled on that outro. Have to edit it out later. Are you going to stay? Oh, you're going to stay. Okay, cool. That's good for us. We're going. Silver... Yeah! So, 1.6. This will get crash-worthy. Hand out behind. Uh-oh. Oh, wasn't close enough. Oh, look at that frame rate go. Sorry, Funkatronic, I shouldn't be showing this side of the game off, but that's what we do. 3.3 million. And that's it. Oh, that's going to be it then. I can't do anything more than that. Right, might as well kill everything. So we're almost done. Now, they did have a problem with this game originally, where when you get to the end, it doesn't count your souls when you complete the game. Bastard. But now it does. and it counts them all and gives you your points and gives you your level ups and bits and pieces. So it doesn't matter if you haven't got a depositor towards the end. But the problem with that is I don't know if it would count your bonuses if there wasn't a depositor at the end. So I don't know if it would count, because you technically haven't collected any if you complete the game with unpurified souls. I don't think. Don't know. We'll have a look. Hey, we'll live stream test it. Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this stream we're going to be testing whether my useless exploit that's probably going to be removed soon has a flaw within the exploit, which it probably does. I won't say useful, useless, it's a bit harsh. So at this point now, we'll just get finished up so hopefully those of you who are still here that are hankering for the info, Laurent, have got an idea now of the best way to min-max it. I haven't shown it off as well, and to be fair, it's a live stream, and I'd love to off, but, you know, a lot of things would have to come together. I had to not die. Shit. God, that was close. Had to not die at all. That I can usually get away with. There had to be no bullshit, like bloody cover that doesn't work. There had to be decent card drops. I mean, I've had some good card drops tonight. Not the ones I needed, I might add. But we move on. Hey, need that. Don't need those. Make sure we're going in with full ammo. Yeah. No. That heart one's quite good as well, Ron, but you're not struggling in the game at those stages, so I don't think it would matter. A good one for any new starters, though. If you crush a heart or two in a level, if you then die and recover your souls, if you keep doing that because you've got plenty of lives, you'll get loads. Loads of additional top-end, increasing your maximum health. Now, here's a problem. For those of you who aren't aware, Resolve did mention it earlier, this is what the gate looks like if you are going to get ambushed. I've never seen it on the last one, actually. I think it is an ambush. Let's treat it like it's an ambush. Get ready. It's an ambush. Come on then, you fucker. My top tip is don't let him get in. Take him down fast. They can't do anything to you whilst they are walking through. The whole point is the shock value to get you to fuck off. Okay. Oh, wait, somebody's... Oh, mate, we've got to stream it. I don't know if I should stream it. The thing is, if I stream it, I'll be editing it out at the end, so... But we're almost done here. Come on, ND, you got to stream it. Or, well, actually, no, if you don't fancy it, who cares? I'll be up for playing it tomorrow, though, as well. Right, so, 3.3 million. Silver Tongue Devil, out. Well, that's where I think a lot of people go wrong with the ambushes, because you don't see them coming, so you don't prep for them. You don't see them coming. Mate, do it if you... I know what it's like when you get to the end of a day of editing, mate. You do what you want to do. Don't be swayed by me. But I'm there, man. I'm there. So, yeah, identifying how they look. It's when there's the archway, but there isn't the black ornament stuff. If you know it's coming, you load up, you get your magic ready, you get prepped, and you start putting the fire on them, preferably on their face, as they are coming at you, because it's just free damage and they can't do anything. So, but again, it depends on your build. If you've gone for a paralysis build or a twilight build, it's easier. If you've gone for a massive damage build, it's easier. If you're struggling and you've gone for like an experience build, it can be hard. Right. Let's try not to die with these 3.3 million souls, because we can't. We're not allowed to. Daddy said so. End of stream approaching, people. Here we go. Where are you going? Up there. Doesn't matter too much about the damage he can do, because it's not really all that much. Again, paralysis doesn't... Looking at it now... Paralysis doesn't seem to work quite as well on him as Twilight does. Twilight slows him to fuck. Paralysis doesn't seem to stop him at all. Prick. Where are you going? Damn it. Gotcha. Yeah, that. Exactly. Try and deal with these guys as best as you can because they're only one-shots. And then concentrate on this. Yeah, it's not very good because it homes in on the windows. Instead of him, a lot of the time the windows are, for some reason, a higher priority target than him. And I do believe that's by design. There you go. I had to kill one of my own. Sorry, Father, for I have sinned. Now, as a loot goblin, I will take your gun. However, I'm on your side, dude. I'm not executing you. I'm praying to the big diamond in the sky. Never execute Father. We're here to complete Father's work. We want to see his vision through. He's the evil guy. I'm questionable at best. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, that's cool. I'll be along shortly. Finish this up, see if we get our level ups. Yeah. God, I love a founding father. He was in position and everything. Did we make the right choice or did we doom? I've done that before as well, actually. There you go. No souls purified, but we still... did we not get it? There we go. Bam. Oh, we didn't get much for that. Ow. So we went from, what, 196 to 218? And bear in mind, we're getting into multiple... Well, not multiple millions. Definitely tens into the hundreds of thousands per level up. So... What if I'd have got what I was after tonight, which was like a 13 millioner? Unfortunately, so you guys won't actually get to see how many souls that was worth, because it was worth more than 3,300 because of the difficulty multiplier and because of a few other factors as well. Because I think we had a 5%er. So always trust the bad guy. I don't know what's confusing about it, Fee. I really don't. Come on now. Always trust the bad guy. You guys have been doing it for years. I've been telling you how to play games for ages. There is no right or wrong choice. I just like rooting for the villain because if I don't, nobody else will. Like, if anyone watches One Punch Man, it's like Garrow. I think it's Garrow. Anyway, on that Garrow bombshell... Thank you, Oron, for your services and interrupting my intro. So yeah, that has been the Light Brigade. I intend to be playing lots more of this. I intend to have lots more tips and tricks and various awesome bits of content coming out for this awesome game. I really enjoy playing it. I really like live streaming it as well. The devs are really hard at work to get this one ironed. There isn't things for them to iron out, but they're doing so much on the back end and so many little changes and little tweaks that just are starting to turn this game into something special. It's got a lot of content. Value for money wise, it's great. It's a fantastic little game. On that bombshell, we will end it there. I have been Silver-Tongued Devil. This has been the fantastic Light Brigade. And I will bid you all adieu and good night.